Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans, and thanks for joining me. Sorry I'm late. I meant to go on at 10, but had a lot of phone conversations to take care of before going live. So thank you all for waiting. Thank you for your patience. God bless all of you. As most of you know, Mr. Donald Wells, the donor of Summer Wells, has been talking still on the live book, number one. Spoke with Mr. Chris of the interview room in a phone conversation, and now he is a bit, what is the word I'm looking for? Perturbed by what was said in Mr. Chris's commentary. Naturally, a person will bring forth information in a said commentary pertaining to a case, the people involved in the case, the people's own commentary, their opinions, and their past. That is to be expected. I knew this was going to happen because 50 years old, wasn't born yesterday. You can't please everybody all of the time. And why would you be talking to someone that is not law enforcement and your child is missing? It is a bad idea. It is a bad idea for all those who are involved in the case, those who want to be involved in the case. You don't really have a reason to talk to any podcasters for that very reason, because all it takes is for one thing that you say to be misconstrued, and then you feel some type of way about the flack that you're getting thereafter. These people don't seem to understand their child is missing, or perhaps they do understand because perhaps they are the cause of the child being missing. So it is a dirty game. It is orchestrated. It was orchestrated. Let me say that again. It was orchestrated. So therefore, let me feed off of my orchestration, my doing. Thank you all for joining me. 33 in a row. You want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie, 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. Thank you so very kindly. There has been new information brought forth by law enforcement. For those of you who are not in the know, don't follow the content, do not follow the story regularly. You see, you have to stay abreast because every day it's something pertaining to this case, and the parents, they will not stop talking. Donald Wells has been the mouthpiece from day one. Don't you find that strange? That the person who was not there is the mouthpiece. Hello, Charlie. Thank you so much. It's the mouthpiece continuously. Why is that? Donald Wells, why do you keep talking to the live book, and now the live book too, and you didn't want to talk to Mr. Chris, and you foolishly went ahead and talked to him. Now you're feeling some type of way about whatever he said. You're mad because of what? Your criminal record came up. Well, we had already heard about your criminal record. We had already heard the stories of you touching people and you had no business touching them, allegedly. Said family members making accusations against you. We've heard that already. We've heard things not so kind about your son. Those things were already on Front Street before Chris talked about them in his show. I want to bring you said information. WATE, my local news from Knoxville, Tennessee, has the tea. The title of this video is HCSO, clearing up rumors in the search for Summer Wells. If you need verification for this storyline, W6 on your side is the source. This content was uploaded 5 hours ago to the YT. Got to turn my speaker back up. She got a little restless there. Hold on 1 second. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, Lord. Sorry about that. Oh, these commercials playing, Lord. Oh, the audio's horrible. I can't believe that. I can't even hear the audio. Well, that's just great. Well, now it won't, it's not loud. Sorry about that. Well, basically saying Hawkins County is not using the assistance of psychics in the search of Summer Wells. Any reliable tips should be directed to the TBI 1-800-TBI-FIND. And they are also not going off of Facebook rumors in this investigation. If you want verification, WATE News is the source. For some reason, the audio was very low. It won't play. But that is that information. It is a running video right now on the tube. So, why is this not playing? This is crazy. It's not starting to sense off. This is crazy. Oh, goodness. I don't know. TV playing. Sorry about that. Too many things going. 50,000 remotes. Sorry about that. Yes, WATE is the source. The content is uploaded to YouTube if you need verification. Hawkins County is letting it be known to the public they are not using psychics to aid in the search for Summer Wells, and nor are they taking into account any Facebook rumor. So don't call them with a rumor pertaining to the case. People, family members, Pookie, Ray Ray, Bubba, Susie Mae, Barney Fife, you get the picture. Say what? Welcome Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you all for joining me. 42 viewing. How's everybody doing? Great, great. Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you all for joining me. Hello, Air Force. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, let's get the party started. See if I can read my own handwriting. If I decide to drop the link, I would like for people who have never spoken on Everyday Shenanigans to give their opinion pertaining to the said information in this commentary. I'd like to hear some people speak that I've not heard from before. I am waiting on some information to come forward to my information desk tomorrow, well, later today, pertaining to the business of Summer Wells. And when I get that information, if I'm allowed to repeat it, I will bring it to you later on today, which is now Tuesday. Praying is good and factual. When you watch this latest commentary by Mr. Chris from the interview room pertaining to Donald Wells, there's commentary of him talking to him. There's him giving his opinion pertaining to the case, information about these people, the parents. There's also a video that has been uploaded of the property of Mr. Wells going down through the dog trail, him going down the street, back into the driveway, him giving his opinion of the said situation. And I will get to all that in this commentary. Right now, we're going to talk about what was said in the first video that's just been uploaded by the interview room. The possibility that it was an accident. This is what was asked of Don. He says no. Another question came up about Candy and the grandmother and the phone calls. What will they reveal? The said phone calls that was made on June 15th. Where was everybody actually on June 15th? How did he know? How does he know they were there at the house? Because he's only getting information from Candy Kane. The gag order that's been issued, allegedly. He speaks of it only being pertaining to the boys in the case with the state, but not Summer. So he's basically saying he's free to speak on any issue pertaining to Summer, but not the boys. That makes no logical sense. One, this is an open investigation about your damn daughter. What don't you understand, sir? She is the reason for the season. And yet you want us to believe that your children were taken, your boy children, for some other ominous reason that has nothing to do with the disappearance of your daughter. So in my right mind, would I actually believe that? Hell no. Hell no. Those boys are in conjunction to Summer Wells. They are related to her. They lived in the same house with her. So I am to believe your children were taken on something that had nothing to do with her? Well, she is the jump off of all the things that's going wrong in your life. She's missing. And as they say, one thing begets another. So therefore, we have to believe what you're saying. Your child going missing got to jump off of your behavior, which got to jump off of somebody who went and cried to CPS, and then they came in and took your children. Did I get that correct? Okay. You also mentioned in the commentary, or Mr. Chris mentions, because he's the one doing the talking, excuse me, you're paying $600 for a car payment. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me fix my wig. What? You gonna pay $600 a month for a car, and God knows how much you paying for the insurance. Come on, Queen. And raw, as we say in the street. And raw. You didn't even have decent windows up to your house. Your property is a mess. The inside is a mess. You have a makeshift staircase that leads to a dungeon with a side door with a big piece of glass that anybody could put their face up to and peep in. But you can pay $600 for an automobile. And then you got to drive out that holler to go to here to there for your job. So you may be going over here 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away. Y'all feel me? Up a hill, down a hill. For those that's not familiar with East Tennessee terrain, it's curvy here in East Tennessee. It is not flat. So therefore, you burn more gas going uphill. Come on with it, Queen. And you can give somebody $600 a month for a car note, but you don't think to put that into your home, to make your home look presentable, to make your property look presentable, to make the inside look presentable, to make your children look presentable, to make yourself look presentable, to make your wife look presentable. Come on, Queen. That part. What you own, Don? As they used to say in the street, is you rolling? He said, I might be. You own something? That's obvious. You either high on dope, high on drink, and high on foolishness. Because there's no way in hell I'm going to live back up in there like that and admit to somebody that I don't even know, a podcaster, a random bloke, that I'm giving up almost close proximity to a G for a car. I'd rather have a nice house or condo and be pushing a damn gremlin. That's how the Queen will rock. And they can talk all day about, ooh, look at that old car. Ooh, but look at that nice house she got. Shut up, Queen. See, what you're doing is what people would do in the street. They gonna live in the bricks and the projects and the low-income housing, pushing a big boy truck, pushing a BMW, pushing a Mercedes. But we already know that don't really look good, because the first thing people gonna say is, well, that's low-income housing. That's Section 8 housing. How you afford that car? Say, well, so you making yourself look bad with a nice SUV living back there in that ragged ass house. Because you see, your house is a representation of who you are. When you step outside your door, you represent yourself. It's in your walk, it's in your talk, it's in your address. Stay woke. Why you like preaching Bible scriptures every day? If you're going to be about it, then be about it. Because you ain't about it. Because you all talk. Smoke and mirrors. You offended because Chris told Candace that he sensed somebody was in the shed during his interview with her at the compound. And so now you offended it by that comment. Chris apologized to you, Candace, but you still feeling some type of way. Why would you feel some type of way? Because that man said he sensed somebody was in there and asked your wife if you were in there. She said no. He asked to look in there. She said no. You got too much going on, yada, yada, whatever. Well, who's to say you weren't in the shed? And then we'd have to ask ourselves, what the hell would you be doing in the shed? So now I got to jog my memory back to ask, well, hell, was your car there? For him to even think you'd be in the shed? What the hell is going on with you folks back up in that house? What in the hell is going on up in there? For somebody to even think you'd be in the shed hiding. And as he said in his commentary, you're known to hide because you've done it before when the folks came looking for you many moons ago when you were living out west. Hide and seek. Peekaboo, peekaboo. That's you, Don. How you mad? He goes on to talk about your temper, your criminal past, your addiction to drugs, the loss of your job in 2001 that set you over, pushed you over the edge. That's when you started drinking, getting high, doing all type of felonious things. High-risk team of an apprehension team had to try to find you due to a warrant, You were hiding in. But that's why he asked. You were high risk, homeboy. But yet you mad at this man. I didn't understand Chris's feeling of wanting to try to give Candy Cane a pass while he was talking about it in his commentary because of her mental, what is the word I'm looking for? Mental profile. What the hell I care about that? Why the hell would I care about her profile, mental profile? Everything's a choice. Everything Candy Cane has done is a choice. You want me to believe that she got with this man and didn't know that he was violent, didn't know he had a criminal past, possibly didn't know that he messed around with his family members, touched them, whichever, grope, whatever word you want to use, child molester, whatever you want to use, child rape, whatever you want to use. You want me to believe he came to her in good faith and never showed a sign that he was foul. And yet she rode the ride with this great guy. And then one day he woke up raising hell, getting high, getting drunk, being abusive. Come on now. She probably saw that in the beginning. And she rode the ride. And she married him. And then she had children with him. Stop the foolishness. You also mentioned his recent offense, which is pertaining to a shoveling match between the family members with a Mr. Jose that came down here with H's father. And this is where it gets real grimy. And Queen gonna go to the belly of the beast because the belly of the beast spit up its contents. So therefore, I'm gonna go there. Jose is gay? What the? Well, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me H, father, was hanging with a homosexual? Does he know that he's homosexual? So then we have to wonder what the hell's going on with H's father. And it's not to throw no shade against you, sir, so don't get it twisted. But I'm going to ask these questions because there's something missing in the story. It's too much chitter-chattering, and now everybody's sins is coming out, so I gotta ask, what the hell are we talking about? Because now we have to question this man now because he's the reason for the season for Jose to be in the state of Tennessee at that time. So then we hear that nasty comment that Candy Cane made to Mr. Chris at the swimming hole. He likes chicks with D. So now Mr. Chris is affirming he's gay, but that also means Chris is getting the 411 from Candy Cane. So now you want us to believe that he is homosexual. So this homosexual man slept with Allie. Stay woke now. And then allegedly she puts out that he also slept with Candy Cane, which she's denying. She did have him in her home because allegedly he was left there by Allie. And this is all extra stuff. This is not what was in Chris's commentary before y'all get jiggy. I'm confused. And what the hell has really been going on with all these people? Crystal, I love you. Yeah, challenge yourselves and hit the like button while you're eavesdropping. This man was in their house when he came back. Then there's an issue about Don cheating on Candy. So who was Don cheating with? Don, who was your lover at the time all the shenanigans was going on with you and Candy Cane? Were you cheating with a lady? a female or a man? Because I'm really confused at what is really going on. Because see, when I start hearing stories of people being homosexual, bisexual, I start to wonder about everybody in the equation. And that's no disrespect to any of you, Don, Candy Cane, Allie, but I keep it 100 because I don't sugarcoat anything over here. Days I can be coy, but I'm not coy tonight. Because you've opened Pandora's box with throwing that out there on the YT. So why would I not question what the hell is going on with all of you? Because I got a feeling that some of you may have been born with female parts, but you desire the mate with female parts. And perhaps the men in the story are also bisexual. I don't know. But I find it strange that this is coming out about this man who's allegedly has slept with both women. And obviously, he slept with Allie. So are you telling me Allie has both parts? Help me understand. Because that's a lot of good if you've seen her. Shut up, Queen. That's a lot of good. So what do we say? That he got with her, Allie, and expected her to have a penis? This is foolishness. Nothing to do with a missing child, but yet y'all want to put all this on front straight. And I also have to ask myself, why did he go to Utah to then run back, worrying about what the hell was going on in his house? Because if you left your wife gone, then you really can't be concerned about what the hell was going on in your house. She could have had anybody up in there. Monkey Joe, anybody. In this room of 14 people, well, where the hell were they sleeping? Stay woke on top of the kitchen table or on top of that makeshift wall that leads to the basement? Come on, Queen. Or is there another room that 14 people could have laid on the floor, lied on the floor? Come on, Angela, bad English. I know it. Excuse me. See, all this is foolishness. All at the expense of a 5-year-old missing. Belly of the beast. Stay woke. Who was Don cheating with? Somebody locally, somebody out west. Who is she? Or are we talking about hell or he? I don't know. You came back. Why? You missed your wife, your kids. You came back, found this man in there. But yet she says he just needed a place to stay because he was left by Allie. See, you don't know what to believe. Shoving match and Sue with all y'all. Grandmama, Candy Cane, Jose, or whoever. All y'all pushing and shoving each other. I'm trying to figure out why nobody passed the lick. So you mean to tell me all y'all in the group can't nobody fight? Shut up, Amy. It's also said grandmama feared you would come back because you left. Witnesses say you left. Eyewitnesses say you left. Who are those eyewitnesses? Were there more people at the house when all the shenanigans was going on? Then they said you were punching yourself in the face. So you had game. And Chris calls it transference. I say this is ridiculous. You were punching yourself in the face to what? Make it look like they had been hitting you if the police was called? Man, you too old for that. All you had to do was get your Kroger bag and step out of the house and remove yourself. If you believe Candy Cane was having an affair with this man, you could have called a spade, and got you some air. And this is the sad part of this story. You had children in this household, because now we have to ask ourselves, logically speaking, where were the children while you all were wrangling and tangling and pushing each other and acting like a bunch of damn buffoons up in that damn makeshift house? It's a wonder the house didn't fall down with all that movement. I said that. Y'all need to get it together. Lovers, fights, folks getting drunk, drugs, and 4 small children depending on these people for their livelihood. Stay woke. Allegedly, Candy falls. Grandmama gets her knee messed up or something that she's saying in this video. But you believe Candy took the fall or took the blame or something. Like I said, ain't no way that big ass woman, grandmama, gonna let somebody beat on her child. Grandmama looked like she could fight. So frankly, I don't really understand this commentary. Grandmama should have passed the lick and put Don on down. Because I believe Grandmama should be able to hold her own. Because she looked like a man. So maybe she could pass a lick like a man. What am I missing? See, all this is foolishness. Because I'm going to tell you the truth. Don walked up in that house. He left his wife for whatever reasons, none of my business. But he left this woman allegedly. He came all the way back from Utah on a rumor, whatever, hearing about a man up in there, or didn't know it was a man up in there. I don't really know what's the truth. He fell up in there. Here comes a shoving match. Y'all should have whooped Don's tail and then called 911. That should be the end of the story. End of the story. Who's going to tell the truth about Jose and Candy once again? As I said, why would Mr. H, Father H, be in the company of this man that now Candy Cane is saying is gay? Are we now talking about Boy H father being bisexual, homosexual? What am I missing from the story? As I state, Candy had to have seen the signs of Don's behavior early on before ever getting immersed into a full-blown relationship with him, marrying him, and having children. So we have to ask ourselves, why does she have all these children by him? And they are back-to-back, stair-step. What is the problem? As you see, Don deflects a lot. He's a Bible thumper, mad at law enforcement, mad at Mr. Raider. Next, now, Mr. Chris. Who's next? Next, it'll probably be his own wife, because he's a true narcissist and possibly a sociopath. So you see the signs are there. It's only a matter of time. He probably will fall out with his wife. They probably will not make it because somebody is going to get tired of the other one. In his commentary, he puts up a post that says Secret Life. And in it, it says drugs, narcissism, deflective family reports of sex abuse. And this is, I guess, a profile of a person who is deemed a narcissist and somebody that has his attributes. Everything's up for interpretation. As I say, what is the point to all of this? This talking to Don, this talking to Candy Cane, and now they've talked and it's backfired. He's now mad at the same person he had a phone interview with. And let me say this for the record, there's a reason why he didn't want to sit down face to face with Mr. Chris, because Mr. Chris will be able to see everything he did, his emotions, his movement, eyes blinking, twitching, sweating, just like you all done with the Boy H video. You chopped it up 1,000 ways, put it back together. That's exactly what people would have done had he sat down and talked to Chris. Now he's talked to the man, and now he's feeling some type of way about the damn phone interview. The hell is going on? Don admits to sexual contact with his Trish, the niece, Trish's mom, the stepsister, also admits to that too. I do believe that will come back to haunt him one day because I'm getting information out of the state of Utah that there's no statute of limitations on sexual assault. So somebody can go before the district attorney and bring forth allegations against him, and he possibly could stand trial for touching these people who were underage, even though it was a long, long time ago. The fact that they're alleging he gave his older children to a drug dealer, which he denies. A mother got him back. I don't know if it was his wife or his mother, whichever. Huh? Come again. What dope dealer wants your children? This must be something they're doing way, way, way out there in the Pacific Northwest, because Queen don't know nothing about that. I don't know no dope dealer that wants your damn children. They want their money. They want something they can work with. Something that can make them money. They don't want your children. And if this was some real gangster type folks, they would have went in and stormed the gate, and Don wouldn't even be here to be spinning this wheel. He would not be alive. Come on, y'all. Stay woke. And now that same allegation is coming forward against Summer now, that possibly this is a drug transaction, old money. Somebody has said this to him. Don't know if that's a lie or not. They got proof. He bartered with his child for old money. So now we have to ask ourselves, where did that come from? Who said it? Is it the truth? And is Donald Wells currently using narcotics? Also, is Candace Wells using narcotics? Somebody ring 411. He's blaming the family for ruining his name, this Trish and Mama, whoever. And I feel like this, all this going on Facebook, arguing with these people about money, the father having money, the granddaddy, he don't care, he just want to be left alone, yah. You did this to yourself, Donald, because once again, sins of the father. Your child is missing. We don't know if you have anything to do with her disappearance. You and Candy came. And now every dirty thing you ever did is now coming to the forefront. All these folks are running to the YT like their damn pants on fire with the T. It's to be expected. But see, you didn't expect that. You and Candy Cane didn't expect that. So let's go to the belly of the beast, rightfully so. Candy Cane, did you have knowledge that Donald Wells was a child molester, groper, whichsoever? Did you willingly know this man touched family members before dating him and or marrying? And if so, will she ever tell the truth? This mess about him allegedly beating the cops to the house on June 15th. Chris talked around the way and finally just went on and said they were already at the bottom of the hill. So I'm trying to figure out, how did he miss that? Because you got to start at the bottom to get to the top. So how can you start at the bottom and get to the top and come back to the bottom and ain't noticed the police there? You got to come up the road to turn up your driveway. So that means the police would already been sitting there parked there. Stay woke. Same place where allegedly you're crying about some Tacoma truck was parked. We're going to get to that part too. Information came forward about his son and a 14-year-old, and the son was 19 at the time. And I don't even know what I wrote. The sad part is that this was being sugarcoated. This relationship with the son and this girl who was underage at the time. The fact that you had texted this man, Mr. Chris, to stay away from you because you had a gag order, but yet you still end up calling him to talk to him. And now you mad again, or mad because of the content of his video where you didn't have no business talking to Chris in the first place. But see, you hard-headed, can't nobody tell you nothing. I would not give any children back to Donald Wells and Candy Cane, gag order or not. I just wouldn't. The fact that he mentioned that she picked out her outfit because it was to be worn on the first day of school, I don't understand the point of that comment either. It came up in the commentary that their blood was taken and that her blood tested positive for marijuana. So was that at the beginning of this investigation or here recently? What is the 411 pertaining to that? You mentioning there are a lot of drug dealers in the area and they had access to the property. What does that mean, they had access? You mean you let them have access? You know of drug dealers, so why would you be hanging with drug dealers if one, you're not a drug dealer, and two, you don't use narcotics? Are you telling us in a slick, sly way you do use drugs and you let these people come to your house to party or get down or cook their dope? What you saying? Why would you let them use your house knowing you have children there? But yet you want to keep talking about your child's abducted. Are you in a slick, sly way basically telling us you know who took your child? And as somebody said in somebody's comment section, if indeed your child was abducted and it's drug related, then hell, you know who took your child. So let's stop the okie doke and bring up the name. And let's stop playing around. Are you still getting high? Donald Wells. And this mess about some guy you had working with you, you fired him days before, the child's dead, vanishing. So what are you saying? Now you basically saying somebody you had working for you was living on the property, staying there. Now he may be a culprit. So is this the same guy that was also getting drunk and his wife put him out? You don't give no names. Is this Billy? Who are we speaking about? The 411 or 211 about the Tacoma Park at the bottom. See, when you watch that video, you get a visual of the house coming from the dog trail So you want me to believe somebody parked their car there, knowing that car could be saved? Yeah, I'm gonna go there. Why the hell would they go through the dog trail from the road, but yet park their car near your driveway? Wouldn't it make sense for me to just come up the drive since I parked my car at the drive? If indeed I am the suspect, the reaper, the phantom, say whoa. This makes no sense. Sounds whack. This Tacoma business. Who was the person that told you about the Tacoma park in the driveway? And all this mess about Candy wouldn't lie to you. Do you know somebody with a Tacoma truck? Because I want to know, why are you saying somebody mentioned it? Who is the somebody? You got a whole lot of somebodies. Somebody came to you, said you sold a baby for drugs. Somebody came and told you that there was a Tacoma parked at the edge of the drive or in the drive. But yet in the video, we see no latch. You end the video without roping the drive off. So what happened? So I want to ask about that too. Do you all, let me say, hold on a second. When did you start latching the driveway with a chain? Was it before she went missing or afterwards? Because when you do this video, after coming out of the woods, and you walk up to the drive on that little road, you don't latch anything back. So like, to me, that'd be the perfect time to say, oh, here, by the way, here is the chain that we link up after we pull in. Stay woke. So that leads me to think that perhaps there was no chain linked in to block the driveway off for Peter, Paul, Joe, Dick, the Phantom Reaper, to come up the drive to get your child. Stop playing with the queen. So basically what we're saying is what? We start talking about the doors being locked. That door. So what did she do? Summer opened the door. She let herself out, or she let the Phantom in? Just ask. Explain to us about that chain first. Explain to us if the door was locked from the outside and the inside. There's 2 locks on it. So that means somebody had to either have a key to get in to take the child out. And like I said, you see the terrain. Who's going to go through all that trouble to go through there? And if I'm a stranger, I don't know there's a dog path. I'm not going to think to go that way through the woods. I'm going to think to go up the drive if I'm a random abductor. I don't know anything about the property. I don't know who's up there, but I'm just feeling some type of way wanting a kid. Hell, I guess I'm going to go up the drive, would I not? And if I'm a drug dealer mad at you, or you owe me something, or I had an altercation, I'm coming to your front door directly. I thought that's how men got down. What the hell they want to go to the side door for? For what? Then you still had all your electronics in the house. So we know it can't be theft. Couldn't be robbery. You never said the doors were busted in, the glass was busted out, the front door was kicked in. Stay woke. You owe me money, and you got electronics in your house. So I'm getting ready to lay you down, take your money, take your valuables, and roll back down the driveway the same way I came in, not through the dog trail. Stay woke. You're sharing beds with the parents. You all are debating about that. Did she have her own room or not? She's been sleeping with these people since birth, or what? And then we have to think about a man who's allegedly has admitted to touching family members. Easy access of a child to touch. She's sleeping in the bed with them every night. Ain't got to go to her room to touch her. She's in the bed with them. 5 years old. We do hear children still at that age sleeping with their parents. And I wouldn't dare accuse anybody of molesting the child just because they still have a 5-year-old sleeping in their bed. But this man has admitted to touching his family. So one could say he's not the appropriate person to have a child in his bed or in his peripheral, period. So does she and Waylon share this room or not? Donald Wells, you've been orchestrating the narratives from day one, but yet you were not a witness to the alleged abduction. You were not on the property, but yet you are the mouthpiece for this story. Is anything you said true? And one thing I've learned, troubled people lie. All this mess about Wi-Fi, being spotty, this and that, but yet the children play games all the time. Your wife used the mother's phone that same day. It worked just fine on June 15th. And when Chris pulled up to see the house, day one, was there a chain up then? Chain lock? Was it up when he came? Was the chain up the day of June 15th? Did she lock it back when she went on her way to Kingsport? Was it up when she returned? See, those are the pertinent things that will tell the story of the truth of June 15th. And those are the things that are missing. You see, as the story progresses, you start to hear little things that will weigh on your mind to say, well, wait a minute, now you're talking about chains and locks. Well, hell, you ain't told nobody that you left locking the thing because maybe it wasn't important at the time. So now we're going to ask you now, when you left the house, Miss Bly, did you lock the chain to block off the drive? When you returned, was the chain still up if you did lock it? What is the truth? And if it was up there, did you lock it back when you went to the top of the drive? Still got questions about a tote being in the back, red car in the background of the SUV that belonged to your mother. I don't think it was a tote. And we also have to ask, what car was Donald Wells driving on June 15th? Was he at the house? What time did he leave the house? Did he stay there all day or did he go to work? What is the truth of June 15th? And as I said, this is the key about that chain. If an abductor actually came or not. Say, whoa. You're basically saying that the boys are happy in the environment that they are in, which I find interesting. And then it says here, Chris didn't really want to go into the conversation, which I thought was strange. But yet you're talking to this man who's a narcissist. So what is the truth? Why you couldn't really go into the conversation, Chris, about whatever he told you about the children being happy at the new place? And once again, why were the children removed? Is it because of what has happened with Summer Wells and the rumors and the rhetoric? Did he do something thereafter which led somebody calling CPS to have the boys removed? Why weren't the boys removed the first time law enforcement went to the house and saw the deplorable conditions of the said house? What the hell has changed from June 15th up until the boys got removed? Nothing. The house is a mess. The property is a mess. And yet you still let those children stay there in those deplorable conditions. Cords running, makeshift light fixtures, a scalpel for a stair to a front door. Are you kidding me? So what is the truth about why the boys were removed? As I state, when you watch this video that he made, the only person that would have gone through the trail is somebody that knows the Wells personally, and they've been there and they know about the trail. The children were out there playing. You go back to them talking about the scent and the dog going through the trail to the road, and the scent stops there of Summer. Is it possible that she followed the boys through the woods playing with them that day? Is it possible that the children were outside when the child went missing? All of them were outside. There's been no verification on any news source that I brought you that the trail, the scent of Summer stopped at the road. Why is that? Because once again, everything you're hearing is from Donald Wells and Candace Bly. It is too risky to park that car in front of that drive and go up that drive, not knowing what you're going to find if you're a random person. And if you were actually there for a vendetta, you would have been taking care of the parents and not Summer Wells. So basically, who was at the house and was Summer the actual target? That's been asked. If we're to believe that she had been abducted. Is this an issue of revenge? They took her anyway, but that makes no sense, as I told you. Too many personal items were left, such as electronics, TVs. So if it was robbery, they would have stolen everything and got out of there. And who's going to carry TVs and flat screens down a bumpy road to a car and or through the dog trail alongside a kid? See, nothing was taken. They never said anything was missing, stolen, vandalized. It's all about Summer, allegedly. But as I stated, you can't see the house from the road. So somebody with knowledge of that said address and that dog trail would have to have been there before to know of the dog trail and know of the house, know of the door, know that the child sleeps down there. And that's the gist of the story. How in the hell would anybody know that Summer Wells was down in that basement on that fateful day, June 15th? She could have easily been in the swing, in the grandmama's camper. She could have been sitting on the front step. She could have been anywhere near the front door, side of the house, not down in the basement. Make it make sense. Once we go back to the chain situation of the video, I didn't see it up when he walked up there and cut the video off. That would have been the perfect time to show us, hey, I do have a chain that blocks my drive. Once again, it's too risky to go into the woods and go through that terrain, to come to that house, to go to that back door when you don't know where the child is in the house, when you could easily just go up the walk of the drive, which is easier and faster, and back down the drive when you're done. We go back to the 911 dispatch of her taking a walk. Could it be possibly she did take a walk that fateful day and walked her child down to the drive and passed her child off to somebody? Is that possible? Is the scent true from the dogs? Donald Wells deflects a lot in all his commentary to the Lie Book 1 and 2. So why would I believe him? Why would I believe that it was revenge? If I think of revenge, as I stated, I think of somebody going up to the front door to handle their damn business and not take a child. They would handle Donald Wells and Candace Bly directly. I believe all this is made up, because he didn't show me the view of the chain in this video, and that was the perfect opportunity to do so. And I'm going to say this about the car, and then I will address the chat. If indeed a car was parked outside the dog trail and in front of the drive, any unknown car, you know damn well TBI took soil samples and marked all tire marks parked there. So they have evidence of any car, bicycle, wagon, horse parked anywhere near that driveway and coming out of the dog trail. And as I state, TBI has not verified that Donald Wells was at work. This is the said commentary from the interview room. My own public opinion pertaining to June 15th and the information there in Mr. Chris's information pertaining to the interview with these people. He is a grand deflector, and it's sad. And he has been narrating the story from the jump, but yet he is the person who allegedly was not there. And as I state, go back to June 15th, the original call made to the dispatch is that Candace Bly took a walk. Is it possible that we have been hoodwinked and bamboozled by these two? That this was an orchestrated ruse on this said day? Is it possible that Boy H was used as a scapegoat, as somebody to verify seeing Summer Wells on June 15th? Is it possible that the grandmother was never at the swimming hole? Is it possible that all this is a lie, that you don't really know what to believe, who to believe? Is some of this information that H gave made up? Stuff he heard from his mother. But then I have to ask myself, some of it I don't think so. How long has H been talking to Candace Bly? By phone, by messenger, TikTok? Have they had courtship for the past couple weeks, past couple months? Because see, that is going to tell the tale if this was an orchestrated vanishing, discarding of a child. Because if Candace Bly has not been talking to Boy H recently, has not been talking to Ali Mulani, then that means this is an orchestrated abduction, discardment of a child. That this was planned, orchestrated. And if we ought to believe the comments that Mr. Wells called her on that same morning talking about somebody on the property, then that means Donald Wells is also complicit of the plan. And they planned this. And if perhaps it is true that they only took out a life insurance policy on the girl child months before her vanishing, then that means you two sat and conspired to get rid of your child for the insurance money, knowing you never cared for your girl child, you didn't want a girl child. And some people are speculating that you were jealous. And some people are speculating that you knew that your husband is a pedophile and he touches girls, and that's why you didn't want a girl around. Could that be true? You don't know what is the truth with Candace Bly and Donald Wells. But what I do know is that the sins of the father and mother have finally come to light, and a girl child is missing out of the holler of Rogersville, Tennessee. And some itty bitty spiders, boy children, have finally been removed from the abyss. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for listening to the commentary. God bless you. Just one moment, please. One second, you guys, still here. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. Give you something, food for thoughts, saying to these people. We don't know them. We don't know what is the truth and who is telling the truth pertaining to what. But I do know that some of these allegations will probably come to light, and there may be somebody going down for touching girl children. Who's to say? We will see. Thank you for joining me. 1 second, please. Thank you all. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining me. Crystal, thank you. Look at my mind, tooting the queen. Thank you, Agent K. Thank you. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Hold on 1 second. Thank you so much. Okay. Get me an ice cube. It's kind of warm down here. Oh, Lord, thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for your patience. God bless all of you. Mr. Q, are you still in the chat, sir? Thank you all so much. That's the state information. Mr. John, please hit the link. Thank you. Hit the like button. Come on now. I usually don't say that because I'm like somebody else that has a channel. Like, I'm not about to beg nobody to hit no link, hit no like button. They either like it or they don't. That's all right with me. Queen sleeps good in the high 10. Despite the madness, I sleep very good. Thank y'all for joining. Everything is up for interpretation. You're entitled to believe what you want pertaining to these people, but it's a sad situation because a child is missing, and now some brothers are in the state's care. And I just got information in my information desk that there are children in the state of Tennessee in a certain jurisdiction sleeping on the floor who have just been admitted to foster care because they don't have anywhere to place to said children. So there's something to think about now, children sleeping in a state building because there's nowhere to place them in a decent home and or group home. Thank you so much. Thank you all for hitting the like button. God bless all of you. John Q, hit the link, please. Thank you. Thank you, Air Force. I'd like Mr. Q to get up and give me his assessment of the latest news that's been brought by Chris, the video, and all the Facebook posts. If you have seen the said information, Mr. Q. Look at Crystal. Crystal, he's so silly. He said, okay, what, 20? Thank you all. Oh, yes. So nice of you to hear. Hello.
Hello.
Where, have you seen me messaging you, sir, lately?
What's that?
I've been messaging you, trying to get you to come on. I haven't heard a response. I was like, well, what's going on?
I know. Everybody needs my attention all of a sudden. It's
okay,
like
but the point is
over the place.
Well, you can see the messages, can't you, that I send you? Do you get the messages?
Yeah, in fact, if it's Instagram, I only jump on there a couple of times a week. I just got hooked up. You're looking good. You're looking good. That's right. Give me a smile. That's right. All right.
Honey, I'm burning up. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, with that summary you gave, we might as well go ahead and arrest them and close the case already.
But you know you can't do that. Sorry.
I know.
So I got the fan blowing on me. It's kind of warm in here. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this: have you seen his Facebook posts recently?
I have connected with a couple of channels that was showing it and talking about the most recent Facebook post that Donald just keeps, stuck to Facebook for some strange reason, especially if he's been told not to say anything, So,
but he feels like that's pertaining to the boys, not Summer.
Yeah, but I guess that kind of laid that off on Chris at first. and gave Chris the impression that his attorney did mention that there was a gag order in place. I kind of put 1 + 1 together and said, well, yeah, that would make sense for the boys concerning CPS and not the Summer Wells case,
Okay.
concerning her going missing.
Right. Okay, so have you watched Chris's commentary pertaining to the conversation he had with him over the phone?
I caught piece of that. I caught piece of it when Chris went live pertaining to Donald's background. Yeah.
Have you seen the video that he's now uploaded to show you the dog trail and where the scent stopped at the road?
About 5 times.
Okay. Take the floor, sir.
Well, in my last live, I did a topic called Line of Sight, Walking the Grid. And my intentions was to debunk the stranger abduction. And I think I did a pretty good job in doing that because there are points or blind spots in the line of sight all around that property, especially close to the building. So in that live, it's funny. I watched Donald's walk from the basement door directly in the path of the blind spot that I showed 2 days ago on my live. He walked the blind spot right toward that area of the bushes where that generator is,
Okay.
and then decided to show us a little bit more by taking us all the way to Ben Hill Road.
Okay.
And on Ben Hill Road, on the spot that he ended up on, there is an opening, a shoulder there, wide enough for a vehicle or two to shimmy up in that area. So I was very curious as to the reason why he went directly there and then walked up to the foot of the driveway where we definitely saw that the chain wasn't linked. And then when he went past the chain link marker, he never turned around to close the chain nor identify that there was one. I found that very interesting. He never pointed it out.
What do you think of the Facebook posts?
I think
going back and forth with random strangers, the narratives he's putting out. What do you think of his behavior? Do you think he is deflecting?
Yeah, that's a deflection.
And why would he be doing that?
To protect himself, he's definitely demonstrating how much of a narcissist he is. That the focus has been taken off of Summer, and he's got something personal now going on with Chris since Chris, exposed him on his last live.
That he's got something personal with everyone. You're mad at law enforcement.
Yeah, mad at TBI, mad at all the people.
TBI, he was rooting for TBI a week ago. So is he now turned on them?
Yeah, I mean his comments on TBI handling the situation, the search and rescue team. He outed them, for not responding.
I had to go ham there because that is so disrespectful to that man and his team and all these people worried about this child, and for you to sit up there and say they're searching in dumb places.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's dumb where they're searching. But why you don't get out there and look for them?
Right. Exactly. No, what is he doing? He's disappearing. I guess he's gone off on one of his drinking binges or several drinking binges to try to shake himself out because he knows the pressure of this investigation is starting to close in on him and Candace and Grandma. Mm-hmm. Those three are in a hot box, especially him.
Okay. Do you believe he's complicit to the vanishing of the child?
There is some complicity on on all three adults,
Oh,
Candace,
you
Grandma.
losing grandma in there too.
Yeah, I'm throwing them all three in there, because these were
Why the grandmother?
because she was one of the folks that was the last one to see Summer.
Was she?
Candace was one of them to last
Was
see
she?
Summer. I believe so. I mean, if they came back from the
I'm
swimming
just
hole,
asking. I'm just
yeah,
saying because you always remember you have to have a receipt. Because in the end, everything we're going on is from the mouth of Candace Bly.
yes, correct. This is her narrative. Absolutely. I agree 1000%. And that narrative has been backed up by Donald, and that has been demonstrated on the press conferences that they've been having on the news. And you can hear word for word everything that Donald is saying, Candace has already said.
But what we also have to tell ourselves too is that how can you back up something you did not verify or see with your own eyes?
Right. And therefore, we can only lean on the information that we were given at the beginning of the story. And hence, we have so much now that has changed and is changing on a day-to-day basis. So we still have to include the grandma being on the premises as one of the people.
When she said she was,
Yes.
Candace said she was there.
Uh-huh.
And I do believe the grandmother had spoken about planting flowers and all that too.
Right. And so her statement to the police was that she stated that she was there, in order to back up Candace's statement to say that grandma was there and the boys were there and Summer was there. Okay, because that is part of the original narrative that she gave. Yeah. So interestingly enough,
somebody said the pharmacy verified it. When did the pharmacy verify it? I haven't heard anybody from the pharmacy say they were there. When did they verify it?
I didn't hear anything about the pharmacy verifying any timeline.
I haven't heard anybody verify anything.
Yeah. That's been held close to the chest of the law officials right now because they're still developing that timeline to see how true that story is.
Apparently, she's afraid of Dawn too. Well, let me ask you this because I'm going to go in chronological order. Was Dawn at work or not at work?
Well, that wasn't verified either. Come
what
to think
do you
of it.
believe? What do you believe?
Well, there was a comment that was made just before I jumped on up here with you in regards to him being an independent contractor. And as an independent contractor on a job site, you can leave a job site, pretty much, on your own accord if he was working solo at a job site. Mm-hmm. Or if he wasn't working solo, then the police would have to verify through his supervisor or boss that assigned him to the job site whether Donald was at work and when he left. So that information is still pending to come out to verify whether Donald was at work or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me address somebody in the chat. I do not believe it is appropriate for a pharmacy to tell a stranger if Candace picked up medicine or not in a pharmacy. We do have HIPAA compliance.
Yeah.
So you want me to believe that somebody right now can go to my pharmacist and ask, had I picked up my medicine?
No, I don't think
they would only be able to give them information had I sent them and said they can pay or pick it up.
Right.
And then they're going to verify who I am, possibly by phone, to say, did you send Pookie Ray to come pick up your medicine, ma'am? He's standing right here. Yes or no. Then I say, yes, she has permission because I've done it before that time.
Exactly. And they should also show up on video surveillance at the time that medicine was picked up.
Listen to that. Real deal. Ask Don. He will verify anything you want to know. Will he?
Yeah, we need to get Don on your show.
He don't want Queen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'd love to see that. Oh man.
They couldn't last.
Yeah, get Candace, get Don and Grandma one at a time or all three together, and definitely summarize this story up as you have investigated it and see what they say. I'd love to see that.
You believe, so basically you're saying you don't really have an opinion if he was there or not on the property.
It's a possibility he was there. I just wanted to eliminate.
Okay.
I wanted to eliminate the stranger abduction.
So grandmother was there. Grandmother was on the property. You believe that?
According to what Candace stated, yes, I believe that.
Do you believe grandmother was at the watering hole?
According to what Candace stated, once again, I believe that because that's what she told Chris. That's what she verified with Chris.
What does he say?
Yeah.
You believe grandma was at the watering hole?
I'm still 50-50 on that personally, whether she was there or not, because there was nothing that actually captured her at the watering hole. I believe that Candace did shoot that TikTok video, and she captured Hunter and Summer at the watering hole.
That's fine. Okay, so let me ask you this. How about this for a narrative? What if it's possible she didn't make it home? Because now we got the issue with the red tub versus it being a red truck in the back of that vehicle. And when I blow the picture up and compare it, something tells me that was probably taken at the house. Because people are arguing about the red tub, and I really don't like going down that road. So basically, you're saying the red tub has a silver or gold emblem on it, which I've never heard of a red tub having said things on. Usually, plastic tubs don't have anything on. You understand where I'm going?
Now, this is on a video that you had seen.
Uploaded pictures showing the back seat with boxes, the milk, the child, the back of the seat, and what looks to be something red in the background. I don't care what anybody says. That red whatever is on the outside of the window. It is not in the car. Because you can see like residue on the window, like moisture, water, something. That red whatever you want to call it. Either be a truck or a tub. It's on the outside.
Okay.
Which will either be in a cab or it's that red truck, which leads me to think, okay, this is a picture of them being at the house. Right. Because remember, she did not drive her car. She drove her mother's truck.
Okay. Because I haven't seen that that picture, the one that you're talking about with the red.
You need to see it. It's uploaded.
Definitely.
You need to you might,
because that would definitely give us some kind of a place and location
right now and look and take a look yourself. Let me see if I have it. Very interesting. Because I've got two versions of that. Because when it was originally uploaded to YT, it's cut. But then somebody sent it to me and shows now the milk and the box next to the child. So there was more stuff in the car besides the milk. There is also a box sitting on top of something else next to the gallons of milk. 1 second.
Yeah, because the only red truck that the people, I guess, were talking about was a truck that a person by the name of Jackie had owned, that lives right off of Ben Hill Road, between Ben Hill and Beach Creek Road, that house on the corner.
Okay. Oh, I can try to get it. I hate trying to blow these pictures up. I can't do it. It's hard to do.
How's everybody doing in the chat? Much love to everybody supporting Angela's channel tonight. Definitely hit those likes.
Get this damn picture up.
See, when I do my channel, I don't ask for likes.
Well, I don't either.
Yeah.
I try to tell the mods, don't ask these people for anything. Okay. See that? Can you see that?
I've got some glare.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Can you see that? Because I have to block myself.
Now I can see it. Now I can see it. Hold it right there. I'm trying to see if there's a covering over the top of that.
Yeah, it looks like something is inside if it could be a tub. But then when you look at the girl who's uploading the content, it's like tubs don't have silver handles or anything on it. So would that be the silver emblem, which would be the Subaru emblem?
Okay.
I was trying to compare it.
It looks like the back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Can I move it over a little bit? Would that be better?
Yeah, right there, right there, right there, right there. Yeah, that looks like the back of the red truck.
That's what I'm saying.
Which may have been parked
right
on the property.
So that means you weren't driving. So that's why I was going to say you wanted to log out and go look at it yourself and blow it up yourself.
Yeah, I'd have to take a careful look at
because
that.
This picture is bigger than the original picture that was uploaded to YT. This picture did not show this box and it's sitting like on another tub inside of the milk. All we ever saw was just her leaning against the milk. Now there's a bigger photo showing the milk against a box and a box on top of something else. So what H said was true. There were boxes in the back seats. Because he said there was boxes, a TV, something he had to move around. Well, here is this picture. There is a box.
So that verifies that part of the interview.
But the scary part is, if we are to believe that this is a red truck behind, then that means, H, you were at the house.
That's a strong possibility. That is a very strong possibility, especially with that picture being the way it is.
Yeah, I went and put my TV on. I turned, my big TV on, and then I pulled out this picture, trying to compare, and it did look like, there was more silver in the big photo. So I was trying to say to myself,
definitely makes you think.
That there's somebody's arm back there, but then somebody is saying other people, their channels are saying no, that was a brown stick, not somebody's arm going over, hanging on the back of the seat.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that?
No, I did not. Once I get a chance to get the picture myself and be able to study it, I'll be able to see exactly, where that might be.
Yeah. That's what
but as far as what you've shown me, it looks like they're stationary. It looks like they are stationary with that red truck sitting right behind them. And that would give anyone the indication to state that could be a picture on the property.
It is a reflection in back window. That would mean that the red truck would be in front of them driving, and this you would see the back of the truck. That's true because everything is backwards when you take a picture. I didn't think of that. Once again. Can you see it better?
Yeah, I could see it.
Tell me which way you want me to move it.
I'm trying. No. You're right there. You're right there. You're right there. I'm pull back just a little bit. I'm trying to see if there is a silhouette on the driver's side. It appears to be some kind of a light silhouette. I'm not sure if that's a person actually sitting in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to get my hands on that picture.
Okay.
Definitely. Thank you for showing. Yeah, thank you for sharing that and showing it to me.
Yes, Debbie says it is a back of Candace's car at their home. That's what I think. So I don't think she was driving. Because ask yourself this: why are you needing to take a picture of a child sleep driving? This is why I tell people to always listen to what a person is saying. Okay, Stacy says it's a tow. It's obvious. Well, Stacy, you're entitled to your opinion. Okay. I can argue about my damn tote or a car. You're entitled to your opinion.
Yeah, because once you sit with a picture or video surveillance footage and you're able to, especially with video surveillance footage, you're able to slow it down. You're able to pinpoint certain things of interest pertaining to the case.
Yeah, because when the picture was first uploaded, it was like a partial picture. So you didn't get to see the box or whatever the box is sitting on with the milk. So when you first saw it, you would think, okay, this is like the car. It's like a car. So now when it blowed up, I started looking at it, said, well, maybe it's a tote. Maybe it's something inside of the tote. But the thing that's odd is the emblem on the tote. Totes don't come with emblems or handles. And that's what is strange to me. Catherine says it's either red truck or some car of some sort. It's their red canoe that they own and can be seen in several property photos. That don't look like a canoe to me.
Yeah, that picture you just showed me.
Yeah,
that does not look.
A canoe is. Anything else you'd like to add to?
No, I just wanted to jump up here, show you some love. You call me up, it took me a little while to run down the hallway, to get the link and everything. I didn't know whether you're going to show up on Instagram, or I said, oh Lord, you're going to drop the link. Where is it going to be? In the room? Is it going to be on Instagram? I'm looking all over the place until you said, hit the link. I said, okay, you got me.
Okay. Yes, we have heard our fingers moving, different photographs of a hand up, a hand down, which is soever. But that's the thing about still photos. You don't know, because you don't know what was going on in the car. You don't know if the child was alive or not alive. You don't know. Just like I said, I don't even know who the hell would even start the rumors that she wasn't alive in the first place. I always wonder who started that rumor that she was not alive in that photograph of her being in the back seat.
Well, one thing for sure, if that is a still shot photo that was taken of Summer in the vehicle, there is going to be metadata that can be pulled from that photo to find out what time, what the original date was, the speed of the camera, et cetera, when they do forensics.
Well.
But you summarized pretty much everything in a nutshell tonight, I have to say. And more and more each day, with all of these different pieces of information coming out and being snapped together, Don, I've said so on my channel. I said Donald should shut his mouth if he knows what's good for him.
Well, that's what I'm trying to understand is why is he, sorry, I'm trying to do something that I can't even, oh Lord, I'm trying to, sorry, go ahead, say what you got to say, because I find it interesting that he won't stop talking. So why is that?
Yeah. You have to try and understand, I guess, his point of view. But he keeps mixing his point of view regarding Summer being missing and his religious faith. And I've been trying to make out why he keeps doing that and why he keeps making Facebook posts like he's trying to convince people to believe him, and at the same time flip the story on the folks that he's addressing that post to, more so than focusing on Summer being missing. Let's find her.
Right.
He's wasting more time with dialogue that's completely irrelevant to the case, in my opinion.
Right. And you think he may have something to do with it?
Yeah, he's in the hot seat with that. Yeah, because he does, as I said, on June 15th, is when the event happened. I would like to know what happened June 14th and 13th, that Sunday and Monday that led up to the 15th events. What happened the night before the event actually occurred? What was the conversation at that time?
Okay.
And according to what Chris said on his live, he did bring up debt. That Donald has a lot of debt, and so could debt be a part of the motive that plays into this case? And there's a strong possibility it could.
Okay.
When people are in very, very deep, thick debt, and then part of the case too involves drugs, talking about meth, marijuana, they're probably popping pills. We've got alcohol. We've got weird people that they're associated with. And then Donald's past is starting to reveal a lot about his character. And so you have to factor those in as well in terms of Donald's character. You know, what he was in the past, he's also revealing now in the present.
Okay, right.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to take a look at that video. Take a picture. I mean, take a look at the picture of the car and tell me what you think. What that is in the background.
Yes. Okay. I'll go back to Instagram and throw you my email so that this way you can email it to me and I can look at it from there.
Okay. Somebody said Don said he drove the red Subaru to work that day. So did they meet up somewhere? I don't know. So what is the issue about the white truck? Does he also own a white truck? Did you notice there's lots of vehicles on the property? Did nobody ever wonder why there's so many vehicles? There's that yellow Xterra up there that also saw like a darker color, big SUV. Nobody's questioning why they have all these SUVs on their property. Come on now.
Especially the those vehicles that have appear to be broke down, such as the school bus and another pickup truck on the side of the driveway.
House.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're working or not. I just find it interesting when I was looking at these pictures and videos. It's like, man, you know, you start counting the vehicles. It's like 1, 2. Why do you have all these vehicles? What is the deal? Air Force, car parts for repairs, I think.
That's a possibility. Especially if they keep purchasing the same type of vehicle or car. They'll use the older model that's broken down for parts. Yeah. It makes sense for a contractor to do that, especially a contractor that's working with different materials and tools and things of that nature. So,
okay. Somebody says, why did Candace say Summer went downstairs to play in her playroom? I think they are the type that lie so much they can't even keep up. And that's another question that was brought up too in some commentary. Is indeed, you can say it's a bedroom because there's a bed there. But then people are bickering back and forth about did the child actually sleep with her parents or was she in that actual room with her brother, the younger child? They shared a room. That's what she said. I have them both down here because they're close in age, I guess.
No, with folks like this, it would definitely damn sure make you think. It would make you think sincerely. I mean, being in the same big room downstairs in the basement, you've got Candace and Donald on one side of the room, and then you've got, Summer and maybe one of the brothers on the other side of the room. And so there's no privacy for these adults. Okay,
let's look at something else somebody said. Maybe you need to go look at the picture and come back. Somebody is saying if you look at that still picture, Summer's seatbelt is behind her like they popped her up. Well, I'm going back in. Hold on. That's all you have to say, honey. That's why I always say that sometimes everything you need to know is right in front of you. It is. Shut up. Oh my God. Shut your damn mouth. Who said that comment?
What happened?
Thank you, Ashley Hunter. The seatbelt's behind her. Yes, it is. That's what's so amazing about photographs, videos, that there are things you can watch 1,000 times and you will miss something that's sitting right in front of you. You understand what I'm saying? If you look at this photo, the seatbelt is behind her. Look again. You see it?
Hold it up and up and up.
She's not in her seatbelt.
Pull it back a little bit. You've got Nancy's banner blocking that area that says, "Thank you, John Q, for joining us tonight."
Oh yeah, okay. Let me put it up. Okay, how about that?
Okay, I see the milk. I see the box.
You can't see the seatbelt right there. See that belt? That's behind her shoulder.
Yeah, it is behind her.
Shoulder.
It is behind her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what have we been looking at all this time? Everybody's been worrying about this picture, alive, dead. Why is a child driving around in the backseat of a car not in a seatbelt? Because maybe everything has been orchestrated like this. Thank you, sweetheart, for that. Thank you. Been looking at the picture. I looked at the picture 2-3 times today and didn't even pay attention to the damn seatbelt.
And you have a good vantage point because you can actually see it right before your eyes too. You know, along with the other items, whether that is a still shot, they just got there.
Mm-hmm. That's why I kept questioning myself. Well, she's too big for a car seat. She's 5. I don't think in the state of Tennessee you need to be 5 years old in a car seat, a booster seat. She's a little old for a booster seat. She's old enough to be in a car seat. So nonetheless, wherever the picture's taken, you're still en route, and allegedly she's supposed to be in a seatbelt. So one, you don't have her in a seatbelt. So then that starts to make us question, are you seeing what you think you're seeing?
Right.
I've already said that recently. Why are you taking photos of somebody and you're driving? So that means if Candace is the driver, then that leaves the grandmother as the photographer. They won't.
Right, from the passenger side.
Why are you taking pictures of somebody sleeping? For what reason? Is it necessary?
Was it necessary? Is it part of intent? Could it be part of intent? Because we're still missing a 3.5 to a 4 hour timeline once allegedly they got home. Everything is a blank right there from the time that they dropped Hunter off, the drive from Hunter's house to the property, and then the events that took place just before the 911 call at 6:30 p.m. Then you have to allot at least 40 minutes for the police to get there. So we're talking about a very wide timeline that definitely needs answers to. Yeah.
And somebody's making a good point. Why is she wearing an outfit that's supposed to be safe for the first day of school? See, Don has been throwing out stuff y'all ain't been listening to some of you. Why would I put my child in an outfit I bought for her to wear on the first day of school? Stay woke. And if you had some black folk parents, you already know the answer to that. What the hell are you doing with that outfit? Don't go take that off. You know that's for school. That's your school clothes.
That is so true.
I'll take that down. I don't even know if I can take it down. I don't even know how I did that better. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Angela, you didn't take the banner down. That's exactly what black folks would say. Yeah, what are you doing with them school clothes on? It's not time to wear them clothes yet. Take them damn clothes off. Put them clothes back in the closet. Wear what you've been wearing. Okay, because Candace left the outfit on months earlier. This is Candace telling us that she took the photo at 3:09. Yeah, and for some strange reason, that is the timeline that we've been given. That is what the timeline was told by Candace to law enforcement once they got there. What time did they show up? Where did they go? What did they do? And hence we have Candace's narrative taking us through some of the things, and I say that directly, some of the things that she was able to tell police. You know, the planting of the flowers, and Summer was there. Mom's leg brace. The boys in the house playing on the internet or watching YouTube. It just seems like the narrative talks about the separation of each party. Grandma being at the trailer, the boys being in the house, Summer being with her, Summer being with her, Summer walking with her to the front door. She sees Summer go into the house.
Sorry.
No,
I'm not
that's
messing.
okay. Well, you
I
know I
can't. I
can.
can't. I don't
You
know
know I
how
can
to
hold it down.
get it out there. I don't know how to get that banner down for some reason. Because every time when I touched it, next thing I know, it messed me up.
Well, you're on StreamYard, right?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if you look to the right, there'll be the panel of buttons there, and you can go to the banner button, and that'll open
Oh,
it up, and
banners.
then
Let me see.
yeah, and then look for the little scroll bar, and you'll be able to actually see that banner.
Okay. It says example banners. Hit the three dots.
Let me see, Nancy. You.
It
That's
says example banners. Then it's got this is an example banner. Click on banner to show it on screen. Use banner to summarize your talking points and let me see.
right. Well, you definitely got Nancy highlighted, so you should be able to see that.
I didn't mean to. Okay, it says example two banners. Let me see. See, it's doing something. I don't know. It's saying rename folder, delete folder. So let's see. It did that when I was trying to touch something.
Okay, so if you go
Well,
back
let me
to
go
the
into where it says comments. Maybe that's where I need to go.
yeah, and go to the chat area. Maybe you have Nancy, who's already scrolled way up. She might be way up in your chat box, and you might have. There you go. There you go. We work good together.
It was sitting there all alone and said, comment. Sorry about that. Yeah, this phone, I don't want to touch too much because I don't want to hit. You see, I hit the wrong thing because it's not like using my computer or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, look at Crystal said, leave it alone. Because that's what happens. You start messing with stuff. You start messing with other stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I already showed the picture. The seatbelt's behind her. What is it? It's behind her. You don't wear a seatbelt behind you.
Oh, you wear a seatbelt around you.
It's going to go
over your
across
shoulder.
your body. It doesn't matter if you're
and across
5,
your waist.
10, you're 50. Seatbelt has no reason to be sitting behind you unless they drove the child around without the seatbelt.
Without a car seat.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Wow.
And you make a very good point about the method of entry for someone to enter the property. Why not just use the driveway? You know, because that terrain on the in and around the driveway is very steep.
I want something quick. If I'm doing wrong, see, this is what I tell people. When you listen to somebody who's trying to set up the narrative, okay, well then think about that for a second. If we're to believe this is a phantom, a robber, whatever, I want something quick. I'm doing wrong. I want something quick and easy. The terrain itself of the driveway is jacked up. You got broken concrete in a driveway. So let's say if the person had a regular car, hell, it could have tear their muffler out just going up. It's broke up.
Yeah.
They have pictures to show the drive is broke up. You couldn't even drive a regular car. That's what leads me to believe that's why there are all those SUVs up there in the drive. Stay woke. You don't see one regular car in that video still pictures. They are all SUVs because a regular car probably would tear up trying to go up the drive because it's broke up at the bottom. You tear your car.
Yeah, the terrain is very rough going up to that house. But yeah, that would be a simple.
She was sneaking around and didn't want Donald to know she was with Hunter. Maybe some are told.
As I was about to say, yeah, you could walk right up that driveway, as steep as it is, and still not be seen until you get to a certain point.
Yes, right, because the front door is facing that way, and then the door is on the side. So that means if I was coming, I still would have to know for sure the child was in that room. So you're going to now have to change the narrative that she wasn't in the room, that she was outside. Because you don't show that she broke in. Now you're changing it too, Miss Candy, to say, well, Chris, I don't know if I locked the door or not. How convenient.
Yeah.
You don't know if you locked the door. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Somebody says, I want to see what Allie's house looked like.
Someone said what?
Somebody wants to see what Allie's house looks like.
I guess we had the opportunity when Chris went to interview Allison, but all we got to see really was Allison.
Oh, Devin has a good point. Don said he got there. 100 people was there on the news. Then Don said nobody was there when he got there. That's what I keep trying to tell you. You think I'm going to sit here and listen to anything Donald Wells has to say? Hell no. I don't listen to nothing he says. And if the door's locked, I got to break the door to get to the child if she's my subject. You didn't hear that the door was broke or Jimmy. And there's a camera over that door for those of you who forgot about that. Stay woke. There is a surveillance camera over that door. It is in news footage. The best receipt in the house.
Yeah, that
so
is.
When was the video camera put above the door? You don't hear nothing about that. See, this is what I keep trying to tell folks. Y'all be going to argue over stupid stuff, argue over what's obvious and then see. You ain't heard him say nothing about, I just put that camera up there, or that camera's been there. So I'm going to ask you, Donald Wells, when did you put the camera that's over the door that's in the news footage? Was the camera there when your child was allegedly abducted, or you went and bought a camera and put it there after her alleged abduction?
Now that's the first time I've heard that, because
all you gotta do, go to the news coverage where they are panning the house. The camera is sitting above the door. Now tell people, y'all don't pay attention to what's in front of you. Because that's your evidence right there. Was the camera there when she was allegedly abducted?
I'm sure Chris would have pointed that out during the walk.
Don't you find it strange it's never came up in conversation? I noticed it 2 weeks ago, and I've said it in my commentary. When was the camera put above the door? It's in footage from the news. You thought it was a light. Well, it looks like a camera to me.
It could be a light. It could be an exterior light for to illuminate.
Okay, now Carol is saying they claim the camera doesn't work. I'm dead. Okay.
Oh, the camera doesn't work now?
Bye.
Oh, no.
Bye. Your children are downstairs because I haven't heard anything mentioned about it being a camera or a light. Okay. I looked at it and I thought it was a camera. I'm just gonna say that. So now somebody in the chat is saying they said it don't work. Okay, well then let's say that's true. Then what's the purpose of having it and it don't work and now you got a missing child? Okay.
Right.
Okay. Conveniently.
Yeah, a good receipt would back that up, you know.
Ooh. And all this new stuff about chains and stuff. It's very odd to me as well. Why have a fake camera and you're living in the middle of nowhere? That makes no sense.
You know, defeat the purpose of having
you live in a place
security.
where anybody could just walk up your drive if for the hell of it to do something facetious in nature. We're not saying that people don't get down like that. Terrible things have happened to people who live ducked off in the middle of anywhere, nowhere. So I think I would want to have a working camera, a working doorbell camera. I'd have a camera put out there on one of the trees. That way I can see who's coming and going up the drive, down the drive. Stay woke.
It would only be smart to. Mm-hmm.
Your wife's been messing around with Jose and Pookie and Ray Ray. You ain't got no camera, Don Wells, but you paying $600 for that damn Subaru. I'll wait. You want to know something? Set it up to find out what you want to know.
But one thing looking at this case that's most important, the stranger abduction theory doesn't work. Someone moved the terrain.
I bet it does work. The company probably has the picture. Just because she didn't pay the bill doesn't mean the company stopped recording. Interesting. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
The police would have said something, you think. No, the police wouldn't have said something because the police hasn't told us anything. That's the whole point of this story. anything pertinent to an investigation, the police is not going to tell you nothing. You think the police is going to tell us about a camera working or not working? Of course not. Where the dog hit, didn't hit. They didn't tell you about a polygraph, so why would they tell you about a camera? They don't do that. No, ma'am.
Maybe they have to.
They're not going to tell you anything that would help a suspect find a way to ease out of the situation.
Right.
They're not going to tell you about the phone records, who talked to who texted who. Now he's saying, oh, I forgot this part. They got their phones back. That's what he said. So now we got to ask ourselves, well, when did TBI give the phones back? Because 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago when he talked to Boy H phone was still gone. So why would Boy H phone still be gone? So now we got to think about the sequence. When did Don get his phone back, or she get her phone back? Because Mr. Chris did an interview with the boy 2 weeks ago, around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So when did they get their phones back? And has H now gotten his phone back? Hello, down under. Thank you, Stuart. Very, very strange. Very, very strange. You too quiet, John.
Oh, I'm reading the chat. I mean, the chat's moving.
Okay.
You got some real good groove in the chat right now. So
I think Hawkins County Sheriff is way over his head. The guy running the investigation was from the rescue squad. Tom Coop, he has his hands in his pockets and mad at horror presentation. Yes, because then he started to act like he's flim-flamming on Mr. Rader, and I didn't like that at all. I thought that was very, very
unprofessional.
Poor taste. Because 1 minute you're saying, oh, the first time he came to search, everything's all right. But I can't confirm or deny about the second time. Well, damn, okay.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, you've been texting the man. So why are we to believe that he may have tried to call you and reach out to you to bring the paperwork, but you didn't respond? Because let's be truthful. Mr. Rader says from the jump, I've been texting him since I got to town. And he responds only through a text. So then you want to throw the man under the bus and say he didn't turn the paperwork in on time like he's supposed to. But what was he supposed to return it into? Because he said that too on Chris show. Well, what was I supposed to turn it in? I didn't get the information till late that evening, about 6 o'clock, I believe, ain't mistake. Ching!
Yeah.
He didn't even know what to take the paperwork. How would he know you've been texting him? Say what?
Yeah, the sheriff did mention on one of the news conferences that they had issues with communication. You know, you're working with a large group of people, all different divisions, and communication is going to be one of the most important points for people to stay on point with. And there seems to have been an issue.
Somebody said, Don, he been investigating, trying to get the name of all the traffickers that have been in and out of the area. Ciao, bye.
Really?
Yeah, okay. And make sure you put your name up there as a recipient. Because you want me to believe now Don ain't been getting high. Okay.
Now you take one look at Don. He spells the word high.
There's a photograph on the YT of Summer, Don, and Candace all hugging one another. He's behind Candace and the child is in front. I didn't even know that was Don in the photo. You know why? Because he looked like he chasing Jason. Say, well,
toe up from the flow up.
The itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Baby, as my daddy used to say, it looked like he could do a hula hoop and a Cheerio. That's how little he was. In that picture, his face is gone. You were geeking in that photo. That's why I didn't recognize who you were in the photograph. He was this little in that picture. looking like somebody great granddaddy, hugging his great granddaughter.
Mm.
See, I'm leery of the messenger. I'm leery of anybody that talks the most who is not an eyewitness. That's anybody. See, the mouthpiece is the one you really should be watching. And he's the mouthpiece.
That indeed he is.
See, because there's a reason for the season. You are doing the most talking for a reason. Why can your wife not be the mouthpiece when allegedly this is her version of June 15th? Why are you doing all the talking? Why are you doing all the storytelling? Why are you the only one going back and forth bickering with people on Facebook? Your sister, cousin, mama, Pookie, Ray, Billy Bob. Man, give it a rest. So somebody's talking about him throwing Candace under the bus. She tested positive for weed. He did not. They'll never get their kids back.
Yeah, that's going to be very difficult.
You can,
that
y'all,
indeed.
They can sugarcoat all they want about Facebook, and we ain't listening to Facebook. Yes, you are. See, Mr. Sheriff, let the queen make you eat your own words. You told us 2 weeks ago that you are watching Facebook posts. Stay woke.
Of course they are.
So now I bring you commentary today where you say that's not a factor in the search for summer weddings. Well, it may not be a factor, but you just said 2 weeks ago, we are watching all Facebook posts. So why would you be watching them 2 weeks ago, but then say now, hours ago, it ain't no factor in the search for the child? Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not watching YouTube and all of the social media platforms. I'm sure they are. You know, you have the FBI involved in this, along with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. Yes, they have the technology to tap into it.
Yes. Yeah. They're watching everything. Don and Candace are sitting up somewhere, chiefing and smoking, cussing and fussing at each other, watching everything. And I'm gonna tell you something, John. When I watch her in the videos, something about Candy is she's detached. She just stands around like a buck on a log when she spins the web, you know, at the swimming hole, at the house. It's like she's just breathing. Candace to me is what you don't want to be. Just somebody breathing.
Mm.
It's like that's all she got. It's breath, but there's no life in her. And I can see that in the way she stands, the way she holds herself, wearing these big t-shirts and boy shorts, walking around in public with no damn shoes on. And it's like, what am I missing here? You are acting and looking like a guy to me. Your stance is of a man. What are we missing here? Now, if indeed she is bisexual, homosexual, whatever, that's her business.
Yeah.
But she's masculine to me at the moment. And I find it strange when I go back and look at photos of her with the longer hair. She had pretty hair. So in my mind, I'm like, why do you go from cutting all this pretty hair off to looking like a boy? You still can be gay or bisexual with long hair. Stay woke.
You think she maybe went through a psychological transformation to change her, right?
She's transforming in front of us, yes.
Yeah, to transform herself from who she was before.
By a woman who probably was in conflict of who she was and finally came on out. And now Candace Bly is walking in the footsteps of her mother.
That's exactly who she begins to look like, too.
Yes. because the mother looks like a man. Did you hear what I said? When I saw her walking, they was behind her with a camera filming her mother, and I looked at them blue jeans and I said, man, that's a tail of a guy. Shut your mouth, Queen.
When you said that on your last live, I nearly fell out of my chair laughing. I mean,
It ain't to be mean,
until it
but
hurt.
I'm
Until
looking
it
at a
hurt.
woman who looks like a man. You are exemplary. If I was to drive by Grandma, I wouldn't even think that's a man unless I saw her chest. Then I'd say, oh, that's a gal, but she looks like a guy.
I did a quick look and I said, oh, damn, is that Bill Gates?
You know,
I'm serious. I thought it was Bill Gates.
John,
Honestly.
John,
Yeah.
I know you didn't just put Bill Gates under the bus like you just did.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's the most negative thing you've ever said since you've been on my channel and in my chat, because you never say anything. You know, actually, your delivery is not like the Queen, because I can get jiggy. But I'm telling you, yeah, that's Bill Gates on some cornbread and collard greens and ham hocks.
Forget the pig feet, right?
Wait a minute. That's Bill Gates. Bill Gates been at the table eating. Bring me another piece of fried chicken.
With the hot sauce.
What you talking about, Willis? Woo, shut your mouth.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Bill Gates said, forget this. I'm tired of being delicate. Give me a rib. Oh, I got a joke for everybody in the chat. Nancy, are you ready? We gonna bring it to him. Donna Wells. Oh, Answer, don't do it, please. Are y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Trezelle, we know where your wood is. It's sitting at the bottom of Donna Wells' driveway. Shut up, boy. Because somebody said you just put little sticks in that fire inside your house when the children went missing in Cal City. Well, we now know where all the wood went. It got shipped over there in Rogersville, and it's at the bottom of the driveway in Rogersville. Shut up. Lord, I'm dead. Yes, I did. So, Trezelle, what's Trezelle's last name? I forgot. That's how important it is. What that last name is? What is their last name, John Q? What is their last name?
Oh, you're talking about the Wests?
The West. See, that's how important you are. Queen, I forgot your name. Trezelle West, will you come on, fly on down here and get your damn wood? Because Mr. Donald, what his name is? Welsh, stay woke. He got a bunch of lumber right there, at the front of his driveway. So you need to come on down and come get all that lumber that's down there in front of his driveway.
And Donald will be saying, yeah, okay,
God, keep me behave. I noticed all that lumber. And I said, well, damn, your child just got stolen. They're going to steal your wood now. Shut up, Queen. Who puts all that lumber at the edge of the driveway? The child just got kidnapped. You giving away free wood? And you paying $600 for a car note? Shut up, Queen.
Yeah, I think I don't want to tell that part.
Wait a minute. God on the Lord said, Angel, you better stop while I strike you down with lightning. Yo! Hey. Boy, no, they ain't stole my damn wood. Shut up, boy. Boy, going.
Don't start, Angela. Don't start.
Ain't nobody went up in that damn holler and went up in that damn dog trail. You're gonna get poison ivy. Stay woke. I tell y'all, stay woke. Everything you need to know is at the beginning of the story.
Always.
Ain't nobody went up in that dog trail going or coming back down.
Not unless they had prior knowledge on how to move around that property, and they knew where everything was, including the blind spots.
Mm-hmm. And who, let me tell you something about street people, because I don't think those who've ever been in the life will understand. People want their money. They don't want your children. I want what's owed to me. Because you see, if I bought dope from the dope dealer, Summer Wells wasn't in the equation. So how would she fit in the end? They want their money. They don't want Summer Wells. Hey, homeboy, where my money? And who's to say the dope dealer know where you stay? Stay woke. You in the holler. What dope dealer know you way back up in there? And let's, wait a minute, Queen, don't do it. I've been coming to your house and serving you the dope.
There you go. There you go. Somebody knew. Somebody knew.
I've been coming to the holler to sell you the dope. So I know where you stay.
And especially if it's
they've been using letting folks come up there to cook the dope. You all do know you need a safe place to cook meth. Come on, Queen, don't do it to them.
And if you take a look at that property and see how isolated it is, it's a perfect spot for it.
Did you know that when you cook meth, it has a scent to it? Stinky eggs. Come on, Queen, don't do it to them. So I'm out in the middle of nowhere. It don't matter about it smelling like eggs. Queen always will. I want my money. I don't want your damn children. And if I'm coming to get my money, I'm coming to the front door, not the side door. And if you ain't got my money, I'm gonna lay everybody down on the ground and take whatever the hell I want out your house as payment for my money. Not somewhere else. You want to know what's in that shed? Hell, probably Jimmy Hoffa. Shut up, Quinn. They ain't found Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa might be in that shed.
How many sheds does Donald have, if you know?
I don't know, but you know what? I'm glad you asked that question, Mr. Q, because I'm starting to get a little jiggy. When he's showing the house, Mr. Chris, he pans it toward a shed that don't look like that shed that's broke down. You see where I'm going?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a shed that's further down at the end of the property, like it's on somebody else's property.
You're saying below the property, or
Yeah.
Okay. Now, would that be off Beach Creek Road? That property that has a little dirt road?
A shed that wouldn't be attached to this property, because I noticed that when Chris was panning the property, when he was up, like I guess probably near the swing.
Okay, yeah, I saw that small shed area that was past the tree, past that tree line. The one that Candace didn't want him to take a look at.
Drug dealers don't want their own children. They don't want yours. I'm sorry, John. Excuse my man.
That's okay.
What did you say, baby? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I was saying the shed that was past the The tree with the swing on it. The one that Candace
Yeah, I
didn't
thought that was
allow.
one like farther down.
Yeah, the one that Candace didn't want Chris to take a look at. She was very hesitant
I
and
don't know if that's
stopped
the
him.
one or not. This one I thought was like, it just looked like they panned a shed that I looked and said, is that a part of their house? Because that's how far away it was. It looked like something that was like on somebody else's property, like adjacent or something. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw a shed or something, garage that looked like it wasn't a part of their house.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, not Al said it. If a drug dealer wanted someone dead, it would be the person in debt.
That's true.
I can just imagine the look on a dealer's face if you tried to trade a little girl for a drug that's not around here. I mean, I'm not saying that it's never happened, but in this day and time, people want their money. They don't want your kid. What are they going to do with your kid? What are they going to do? And that's something else I want to bring up too. It is alleged that he did this before with one of his children and his wife, mother, whomever got the child back. If we're to believe that, that's a deep thing, an allegation to put on another human being. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That he traded his child for a debt. Then you have to ask yourself too, what is the dealer gonna do with your baby? Then you could also go and cry wolf and say he stole my child and make up all kind of wild stories why this stranger stole your child. And then you might be jiggy enough to tell the truth. Because somebody told me tonight, said, well, Angela, I can't see a person admitting they got high and the dope dealer took their kid. I tell people don't ever estimate a crackhead. A crackhead will tell the truth if he wants to. He can admit, hey, I was getting high. He came and took my baby because I owed him money. Stay woke.
And at least that would have kept the story straight and more on top of the table than what we've been given in the beginning.
These people ain't right. Because now we got to see everything is coming out about child molestation, relatives being touched, all this kind of stuff. A Tory passed with the law. He stole somebody's car, rigged it up, and sold the stuff, sold the car, pieces of the car, whatever he did. Don was hell. He's the crackhead you don't want to cross. Because he's willing to do anything to get the dope. People like that are dangerous.
Yeah.
You will steal a whole car and do what? Sell off the parts of the car, whatever the car. That's bold, man.
But either way, they put themselves in a nice tight box right now. And I think that very shortly, things are going to pop. You know, they got their boys taken from them. I mean, they're hurting on both sides of the spectrum. You know, Summer's gone. Now the boys are gone. Now all you have is Donald and Candace trying to deal with the same situation they got themselves in with no children.
Okay, Simon said Don tried to sell his kids for money, not to the drug dealer. Well, what's the difference? I mean, who you think he was trying to sell his kids to? Oh, a notable citizen? Think about what you're saying, Sandra. Who was he trying to sell his children for if it wasn't to a dope dealer? Then who was it that he tried to sell his child to? Because you got to think about the life he was living. So he went up to a decent human being that works every day and asked him, hey, you want to buy my kid?
I don't see that. People buying kids.
The father of Candace's first girl. I don't know, baby. I don't know nothing about the old church. I don't know nothing about them, baby. Well, whoever he sold the child to or allegedly sold the child to, it still is foul if the person actually took possession of the child. So as I said, you got to remember he was on dope at the time. So why would I think he sold his child to some decent person? What decent person is going to buy your child and can see you doped up? So I assumed it was a dope dealer. Excuse me. And for the record, Don has no recollection of this allegation. So I guess it don't really matter who he's trying to child to. He don't remember. And that was mentioned in Chris's video.
Yeah, they start to.
So her first two kids have another father. Don't you see the pattern here? That both of these people who are from different walks of life, born to different people, he's older than her, both have had trauma CPS in their life with their children. You don't find that odd? That's why I tell people, say, well, they didn't know each other from Adam. And she's had to stay, intervene in her life and take her children or intervene about her children. Now factor in she's with this man and he's had trauma and drama with his children, sold a child, attempted to sell a child, molested people, all that. Come on, y'all.
Like attracts like, Angela.
Yeah.
And we most certainly have it here. Mm-hmm.
The scriptures say you're supposed to, since they love quoting Bible scriptures, evenly yoked. So two people, not even in the same age bracket, cross paths with similar history. What are the odds? They date, marry, and make children together. And fast forward now, one of the children is missing and the other boys are removed by the state. Stay woke. Birds of a feather.
Absolutely.
They both are tainted people. They both are hurt people. And as Dr. Phil would say, hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's trauma.
I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
Trauma. That's why a child's missing. That's why you got people spinning webs about them. That's why other brothers are missing and gone over to the state's care. It was inevitable. It was a perfect design for Candace Blythe to meet Donald Wells. Ain't y'all to figure that out?
Mm.
It was a perfect, sick design at the expense of some children who we have to pray will not walk the path of their mother and father. Because you have to remember, 9 times out of 10, Donald came from a troubled past, family upbringing, and so did Candace Blythe. That is the reason why she went out and chose a misfit for a mate. He chose a misfit for a mate. They now have born children who are no longer in their custody, and one is missing and possibly dead. Stay woke. So now we have to worry these children down the road will walk in the same path of Candace Blythe and Donald
Wells. That's right. That's right. Because now they are suffering trauma in their life as well.
Because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what they did to them at that house. I want to bring up something that's very, very sickening. And I want to know if you, Mr. Q, have heard this. This was mentioned to me by one of the mods in my chat. What is the altercation? What was the altercation about between Allie and her, Candace Blythe, at the Walmart? Because my mod is saying to me, there is a dispute about the boys touching each other. So what I told the mod tonight was, well, then why would Candace get the law called on her if she's holding a conversation with Allie about the boys touching each other? I don't know if it was somebody came up to her and said something about the boys touching each other, or Allie said something, how it went. Nancy would have to be the one to tell that, because I'm kind of confused.
Is Nancy in the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna call her.
Yeah. Because
Well,
that's the first
Nancy
time
hit
I'm
the link.
hearing that.
Nancy hit the link.
Yeah, Nancy hit the link.
Oh, listen, John, I thought you was ready to get off my life. I thought you was ready to go.
Oh no,
I'm ready to
I'm
end
not
it.
going.
He said, I ain't going nowhere.
I'm with you tonight. I'm with
Yeah,
you
because
tonight. You call me up.
it's pivotal because I asked myself, I thought it was, I'm going to go and say it with Chris, the interview room. You duck around a lot of stuff. I'm calling you out. I'm going to say it. You duck around a lot of your content. And I don't favor that because you're either going to tell me what's in Pandora's box or don't open it. And you ducked around that saying, well, y'all can go Google it or go find out. It's a public record what happened with Candace at the Walmart. Why should I have to go find out what the hell she did and what she got a citation for? I got other things to do. So why I got to go find out what she got a citation for? So I asked Nancy, I said, well, why would she get a citation? Because her boys were touching each other. This don't make no sense. So what actually happened at the Walmart? See, John.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. And I want everybody to listen carefully to what I'm getting ready to say. If you are hearing just these little bits of what these people did, didn't do, think about what you really don't know.
Exactly. There's a lot there.
Yes.
There is a lot there.
Look at Shaydoc said, y'all better stay. I'll put my whites in the dryer. Touching each other, how? Because some of that for children is actually normal. It's about when and if adults catch it. Well, you know what, Catherine? I'm gonna take care of you. You don't come in my chat with that nonsense you talking about. Yeah, it can be normal, and then they can grow up to be child molesters, and then what? Because people don't acknowledge they have a problem desiring children, same sex, opposite sex. How the fuck is it normal for boys to be touching themselves in a public place or touching their other sibling inappropriately, whether they know better or not? Yeah, you from the holler too. Disgusting ass.
Yeah, Devin, that is a rabbit hole. Seems like every time you turn around, a rabbit hole's popping up out of the story.
Yeah. Nancy?
Hello. Yeah.
Please explain what you said to me earlier about the Walmart incident.
The Walmart
Nancy.
incident. Hi, John. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yes, please tell us, because this is the first time I'm actually hearing that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
The Walmart incident. There was the discussion that that there was something that had taken place at Walmart, and
okay, Carol, let me before you start. Somebody, Carolyn said that touching was another trip. I think. Well, either way, allegedly, whatever trip it was, it doesn't. I don't guess it matters.
Whatever trip it was disturbing, to say the least. It's jacked up. Let's just put it that way.
Ahead. Just go ahead and spin the story, because anyway it's here, so just spin it, please.
Okay. Regardless, excuse me. The boys came to Candace, whatever you want to call her, and said they were touching. Didn't say who was touching.
Who went to Candace and said somebody was touching?
The boys, her boys.
Her boys came up to their mother
and said they were touching. They didn't say who was touching. One came to Candace and said one of the boys was touching
the other brother.
Yes, didn't say.
Yeah, you gotta say it like that because people understand who you're talking about. You gotta say one of the children accused the other child.
One of the children accused the other child of touching them. Did not give a name, did not say the name. This was coming from Allison's mouth. And she said, Allison said to Candace, did I hear that correctly? Candace said, yes, you did. We will discuss this when we get home. We will discuss this further when we get back home. And then it was dropped. Allison tried to approach it. It was never discussed.
Was this the older or the youngest?
She never elaborated.
Okay.
It was never
No, where did
elaborated
you
on.
hear this from? Somebody's channel?
Yes, it was an interview that Allison was given, and she brought that
So
up
Allison, once again, the mouthpiece of what the fuck was going on
in Hollerville.
Candy
Yes,
Cane's
ma'am.
house or
Yes,
her peripheral.
yes.
I'm
And I
dead.
just thought that was
Y'all got that.
I thought that was disturbing. So that led me to believe, A, them children have been touched and they're learning it and they're just reciprocating what they've learned.
What they see, right? So I can't get mad at the kids now because they're children.
No,
So like
no,
V is saying, why are they talking about it? Well, naturally, if you're listening, you're gonna say, well, what did you say? What did he say? But that's the point. Has Allie actually gone to authorities about all this stuff and they didn't do anything? That needs to come out.
right. Could that have
Because
been
she's
what
the
she
one
was?
spinning the web about these people from the jump to the YT. So has this
Right.
girl gone forward to authorities and they have took their time about investigating Candace Bly and Donald Wells?
Amen.
Was this information actually voluntary on Allie's part, or did someone
Yes.
ask her about this?
This was voluntary.
So she offered it up.
This was something that was brought up on her part when she was talking about reporting Candace to CPS. This was something that was brought along with, and this was something that was brought up when she said she is no longer allowed to go
Universal.
to that Walmart.
Universal, you're right. So you knew all this stuff about them, her locking the baby in the basement, abusing the child, Summer. Now we got an allegation of a Walmart incident of the boys touching each other, and you will let your child go hang with Candace Bly.
Exactly.
Right.
But you running the YT and them YouTubers, yeah, I'm gonna call y'all out. Y'all so thirsty for a like and view to have them on your fucking channel, and she's sitting up here letting her child on the day the child go missing hang with this woman, and she got all this stuff going on in her damn house.
Not alone that, she let a girl child go on up there. Let's be real. Not more than one. She's letting other children go on up there. But
what are we talking about?
Allison letting her other children go on
the
up.
girl that ran away.
Yeah,
that's some funky mess too about her coming out the closet. How did she come out the closet? Come on, I'm dead.
It's all ratchet up in Hollerville.
That's why I said perhaps Allison, her big tail is homosexual too.
But
that's why I think they all are bisexual. Let's break it down, and we'll never have to say it again. I think all the adults go both ways. Because it keeps coming up in conversation, and it's got to be something to it for it to keep coming up in conversation.
And it's got to be something to this, Angie, for it keep coming up about all this sexual abuse. You can't just keep bringing all this up.
Like, I think Candace may have been messing with Allie. I think Allie slept with Jose, who was bisexual. I think Candace messed with him. Candace is now transforming into a man. I believe Donald is also bisexual, because we got to see and think if he's also accused. It wasn't an allegation he messed with his son. Did that stepsister say he messed with children when they were babies, younger? Correct?
I believe so. Yes.
He's accused that one of them said, Trish or the mama, somebody said he messed with the children. He abused them and messed with them. They said he did other stuff. Well, it can't be no other stuff, but you touched him.
He definitely messed with his sister. Absolutely 100%. He even admitted that.
You have to ask that too. What was Allison doing staying in Candace's house while Don was gone for whatever reason? I think Don left and lied to his mama about selling the house. I don't believe that. I do not believe that rules. He told his mama that he tried to sell his house and he realized the housing market was too expensive. You know damn well what's going on in Utah before you get there. You from Utah, how would you not know that the houses are more expensive? Come on, dude. And then Utah in the middle of nowhere, expensive because the houses be.
And this is what I'm saying, that if that is receipts and that is factual, that those little boys were getting touched and whatever, then Allison did say that they tried to turn him into CPS. They tried to call CPS, and that may have been actually one of the reasons why they tried to call CPS, because she couldn't get no more out of it. You know, we don't know. We don't know for fact, but those children, you don't have kids that just start touching one another or start
Well,
trying to do
CPS
things.
to me, up in them parts is foul because you
Yes.
went to that house to go investigate Summer Wells' disappearance, and you gave the Wells a pass by letting them boys stay there. You are
Yep.
complicit as well.
Yep. That's what I'm
Ain't
saying.
nothing changed from June 15th to a week or two ago when the children got taken.
Yep.
What you got to say about that, John?
Yeah, because when you take a look at a situation like that, you know, regarding this particular case, and then take a look at the classic and sincere case, they took the rest of those children immediately. Yeah, as soon as the boys went missing.
Yep.
Yeah. So for them to have allowed those boys to remain there, that's definitely questionable.
Yeah, the house is deplorable. It's like you looking at chicken feed thrown out, paper, just one little flip flop of the child. Just it's like, what are we looking at? Refrigerators open wide, buses, generators. Here go Chris. Is that a generator? Who gives a damn?
Yeah, and that refrigerator was removed before Chris got there.
Yeah, I don't care about a damn refrigerator, generator, Pookie Raider.
But the refrigerator opened up wide.
Ray
dangerous.
Yeah, Ray Raider. You got a Ray Raider. Yeah, every now and then they do the Soul Train line when we get hyped, when we get geeked up, we get turned up. Man.
Without the bell bottoms.
Yeah.
Man, these people, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. This makes me sick. Yes, Starry Night. Yes.
I think the only reason why CPS finally came out there and got those children is because the pressure from everyone.
Yeah.
The pressure on them and making them look bad.
Yeah. Because that was asked. Do you scrap it? Chris asked, do you scrap it? She told him, no, they just hoarders. They them kind of people, they see stuff on the side of the road. They got them SUVs, they go pick it up, haul it, throw it over there in the corner. Poof, back out in Rogersville, Kingsport, Newport, Jonesboro, jump in. Oh, look at that refrigerator. Put it on the car. Put it on the cab. Boom. Load it up. Boom. Oh, plug it up. Don't work. All right, leave it there. Boom. Oh, you see the stove? Go pick up the stove. Put the stove on the cab. Boom. Plug it up. Oh, it don't work. Now, go get a refrigerator, generator. Just whole folk mentality.
If he broke down some of them
$600 for a damn car payment, that's stupid.
If he broke down some of them cars sitting around there, he might have some money. Scrapping.
Well, let me tell you something about them kind of folks. They do have money, and they'll sit on it and have it buried in a box somewhere and won't nobody know but them in that damn box.
But then they'll let their kids go around with nothing.
Right. You see that house? When I saw the video again today, so I could look at it again before I went live, I looked at that room, that front room, which got that divider of the children's room with the front door that's so up to have your children's room with a visual of the front door. Then the kitchen is on the other side of the wall. Man, I was just like, what? This is crazy, dude. It's 2021. Why are you living like this? You ain't got to live like this. You ain't got to live like this.
That basement, I think the only reason why that would even somewhat qualify as a bedroom is because that glass window in that door. Because, you know, it has to have windows to classify as a bedroom.
Who said they got to classify something? Honey, they in a holler. What the hell is you saying, Nancy?
I know. Well, anything to classify as a bedroom has to have windows. And everybody keeps calling it a bedroom.
No, it don't.
Okay.
If
I guess not in the holler bill.
Your shed is your garage, then that's what the hell it is to you.
Okay.
That dungeon was a bedroom to them.
Well, I guess you're right. I
no
stand
windows
corrected.
down there, but that damn door. And that's not a place. Children need sunlight. They need vitamin D. We all need it to cope, to keep our metabolism up. Everybody knows that you need vitamin D. You need windows. Yes. That's why they tell you to open your blinds, open your curtains, Don't be
Yes.
hovering in your house all damn day in the damn dark. Now, some of you live like
Yes.
that. You will not open your damn curtains and blinds because you vampires. But Queen likes sunlight. I'm a black girl, but I want a little sun.
Yes.
Shut your mouth.
Yes. Yes.
I'm in the South, baby.
I know.
It don't matter. We love the sunlight. It don't matter. We can cuss and fuss. We don't want to be in it. It's hot, but we love to see it because it lets us know we are alive. We're breathing. We're well. You
Yes.
need vitamin D. A doctor will tell you that. You got
Yes.
to have it to sustain life.
Yes. Yes,
Mhm.
that is
You
true.
walk that one day smut black. You stay up in that damn house too long. You come out there looking like damn Kim Kardashian. Stripped your
Come out ashy.
damn, Michael Jackson. Eddie, is you okay? What the hell happened to you? They ain't had no vitamin D. Did you see folks that went to penitentiary? They went in there. Dark as midnight. Come out. The hell you get light skinned in it? What the hell happened to you? Shit, I was locked up. In penitentiary had no damn vitamin D. They had no windows. Your skin changes when you don't have sunlight.
You had me not breathing when you
The
was
star said, could you even imagine how scary it was at night? Girl, I was scared and it was daylight when he filmed that day.
yeah.
Also, wait a minute. When I saw that refrigerator sitting in front of that,
You
I
ain't
don't know what
kidding.
that was, a pole with vines. That refrigerator had its arms open. I said, I bet you at night he closed up like the candy man. Oh, I told you I got a movie for y'all too. Every week, the Queen will be bringing you a new movie to go see at the cinema. Yay! I will give you a new movie to check out at the end of this video. Thank you.
I'm telling you, this whole thing is so messed up. If they would have just not
600. Look, okay, let me ask John, because John be kind of coy. He don't really give his opinion on everything. John, are you with me?
he's
Yes,
listening.
I'm with you.
He's
$600
listening.
for a Subaru car payment. Go.
Say again?
$600 for that Subaru every month.
How does that work?
I know one thing, and the Queen got $600.
How does that work?
Get me a Cadillac.
You ain't
But
kidding.
wait a minute.
300. Cadillac
Serious.
300.
600. Wait a minute. $600. Ooh, I would be like this rolling the wheel.
Yeah, $600 for a car like that, and your house looks the way it does. Come on now, come on.
You got that right.
Look, I'm going to the dealer right. I want that right there. I want that Mercedes. I want right of that. $600. I'm getting a Mercedes. I'm not getting no damn Subaru. Now, perhaps he got it like somebody said in somebody's chat, or buy here, pay here. You will never get $600 out of the Queen for no damn Subaru. I don't give a damn what year it is. And I know they make good cars, but Queen ain't giving you $600 a month. If I give you $600 a month, baby, it's going to be a big boy ride.
Why wouldn't he get another truck or something going up and down that dang driveway?
Because you got to have something good on gas because he travels from town to town. A Subaru probably don't burn a lot of gas like a big boy truck, like a F-150, a Dodge. Those cars are going to drink up a lot of gas, and they're back there in the holler. That's why I said you should have just bought you a nice, small pickup truck like a Tacoma. Shut up, Queen.
Like a Tacoma.
Like a Tacoma.
That's
the perfect work truck for back in the holler.
Especially if it's color red, right?
Yeah. How about some new windows?
You know what's gonna be. You know what's gonna be
boring.
funny. You know what's gonna be funny if y'all find out there is no red Tacoma truck. Shut up.
Oh yeah. You got that right.
Decoy.
Probably so. More than likely.
Probably the
What did you
decoy.
find out?
Probably
Oh,
the
sorry,
decoy is Jackie on Ben Hill Road and Beach Creek Road.
I'm serious. What if
Yeah.
you find out that, right, like Zanny the Nanny with Casey Anthony, there's no Tacoma? What if there is no Tacoma truck?
Mm-hmm.
You know how small that area is, how easy it would be able to run people's names and that make up a car from one county to the other. It wouldn't take
No.
pull up a Tacoma truck by anybody living from Jonesboro, Rogersville, Kingsport, Johnson City, Bristol, Tennessee, Bristol, Virginia, any of the surrounding counties. It would not take long to run DMV check on a red Tacoma.
Come on. People
Yeah.
talk. Can you not tell me that people would not be blasting?
Carol says, now we all knew that the red truck was a red herring.
Thank you.
No car,
Yeah.
not truck, just Donnie Devil.
Yeah. He has been pointing the alien authorities in so many different ways and blasting diversions.
Yeah.
That's all he's done instead of looking in the camera saying, please, if anybody knows anything, please.
Instead of saying she dead and buried.
Right. From day one. And,
What do you think about that comment, John?
Well, what do you?
mentioning her name.
Well, what do you think a lie is going to do? Divert
Right.
from the truth.
Deflection.
Right.
And that's
So-
why I said
Right.
there's something not right with the story, because he's talking too much and he's deflecting too much. And why would an innocent person need to deflect and or make a narrative every 5 minutes? That's not normal behavior of an innocent person, because the truth needs no explanation and it never changes.
Exactly.
That's right. It never changes. And he has done nothing but change the narrative from the get-go.
It's like he's changing it right now by going after Chris. He's trying to change the narrative.
From day one.
Okay,
he
Universal
changed
says, so
it.
does Don work for a company or is self-employed? Somebody said that he does work for a company. But what I said was, well, how did Candice end up going with you to work on that Friday? Because a legitimate company wouldn't have her going to work with you if you actually work for a legitimate company where you clocked in. So then somebody in the chat said maybe he's a subcontractor.
Yeah, maybe he can subcontract out for like painting or something else.
Or he may work part-time for a company and then use the rest of his time to subcontract.
Could do. Could be.
Well, where was he June 15th?
That's what I want to know.
I'd like to know about that conversation on June 14th and 13th.
Right.
What? Why you say that, John Q?
Because every cause has an effect, and every effect goes into another cause. And so what happened on the 15th by Summer going missing, we have to have dialogue and conversation throughout the day of the 15th. And if you back up, you got to have some dialogue on the 14th and 13th. It was stated that Donald had fired one of...
yeah, I mentioned that in that commentary.
Okay, yeah, on the 13th, which is a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so dialogue had to have emerged from Sunday into Monday, and then hence Tuesday, the 15th, we have Summer going missing. So if any of those 3 days, those 72-hour parts that work and fit together, that's what we need to know, because it is a part of what happened at the commencement of the week.
Somebody says, from what I heard, he is a subcontractor and they don't keep tabs on him because they already went to the company to check. Who was they that went to the company to check?
Probably authorities. And they still can't pin him down.
Look, you got to remember, ain't nothing verified. You're listening to other people's versions.
That's right. They can't pin nothing down.
Nothing from law enforcement verifies anything that you have heard on the YT or Facebook.
Nope.
And that's the hardest part of seeing resolution happen with this case, is that nothing has been verified and the police keep holding everything to the chest.
Yeah.
So the only thing that they leave us with is just the story, the news pressers, and this back and forth with Donald on Facebook, and the news people that have been interviewing him.
Okay,
Speculation.
Jessica said she don't believe Don was at work today. Summer went missing. Okay, we're gonna take a tally. Was he at work or not? Nancy,
No.
John.
No, because nothing verifies it.
So
Was he at home? No, because nothing verifies it.
okay, Crystal says no. So where are we going? That the conversation that was overheard by H of somebody being on a property was a ruse because they had already set in motion to get the child gone that day.
I think H did hear a conversation between.
But I'm saying it was a setup, is what I'm saying, for him to hear. He was deliberately asked to get together with Candace Bly to be a witness to verify seeing Summer Wells.
Yeah. Yes.
A lot of no's in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the 2 on the panel.
Oh yeah.
8. And I'm trying to decide what I think. If I'm to believe H, I don't think he would have been at work. Because that's just an odd statement to make to somebody in the morning. It's just an odd statement.
Mm-hmm.
Air Force. So that means Donald Wells is complicit, if we don't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
It would make
Well,
it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It would make him complicit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you just don't come out on day one talking about you don't think your daughter's here and the fiery furnace and all. It just doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't. I'm sorry.
Hell damnation!
You don't.
I'll tell you, he's gonna rise up. Yeah, see all that.
You don't.
It's overkill.
Yeah, you don't. You come out
What do
and
you
plead.
think right now? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You just come out and you plead with, if you think she's been kidnapped, you come out and you plead with kidnappers straight on and say, please bring my daughter home. You keep it to the facts and don't sling poo-poo around with everybody else.
And positive because I want my baby alive.
Right. And you speak her name.
And I'm supposed to speak to the kidnapper so he can identify that she is a human being.
Right.
And from June 15th, he should have came right out the gate when he first started hearing the allegations of him being involved with Summer going missing and Candace being involved with Summer going missing and all these crazy stories. He should have said, no, we are not involved in any nefarious. Exactly. Kill it.
Right.
Kill it. Kill it. You kill it right away. And he didn't. He didn't.
He
to this day. To this day, he did not.
He's drywall paper. You need 2 people to hang drywall. Okay, Shay Doc.
He just scooted around the story and kept slinging poo-poo here and poo-poo there and just divert here, divert there, divert there.
To be more to it than just Candace Bly because he's gone too far now. Week 6, week 7 now. Today's week 7, so you're taking it to a level that doesn't make any logical sense for there to only be your wife as an eyewitness alongside grandma and the boys.
And John,
yes,
when you look at that photograph of her in that back seat, really study herself, her hands. I know, I'm sorry, her hands, everything, because it is very disturbing. It is a very disturbing photo.
Now tell them what you told me.
Her hands are swollen. If she's laying up against that milk jug, her ear is discolored. Part of her ear is discolored.
Dark. I've never heard nobody on the YT say the ear was dark. She believes her ear was dark, which means it was turning blue.
Yes, the lower part of her earlobe was turning blue. Now, if you're laying up against a cold milk jug, your whole ear would be turning color from being cold, not like where the blood is settling.
Are you talking about Summer having lividity in the picture?
Yes.
Or having lividity developed in the picture?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Her fingernails, her hands were swollen. It's a disturbing photo if you blow it up and you really study it. It is a disturbing photo.
Yeah, because at first appearance, when you do take a look at that photo, uh, you see no signs of that skin discoloration in her face,
Mm-hmm.
or parts of her hands. From what
Mm-hmm.
Angela showed tonight, from what I was
Mm-hmm.
looking at, which was just a quick clip look. But I
Mm-hmm.
will study that photo once I get my hands on it, because there
Yeah.
are some very interesting items in there I'd definitely like to check out.
Yeah, look at the photo because if you look at her hands are definitely swollen compared to the rest of her body. She's got discoloration on her fingernails. Now, there are some photos that have been doctored, but if you actually look at the original photo, her hands are swollen, her fingernails are starting to turn colors. Um, I was with my father when he passed away, so I know what it looks like to lay there. Um, I mean, I won't go into description of how I know that, but um, so I know what it means when you lay there for a long time and when it starts to pool. Um, so yeah, it's quite
Shayla said that she was
disturbing.
dead in that car for that long, then the cadaver would hit on that. Well, they could hit on it because she was in it. See, she was
It
in
Hmm.
doesn't
there.
take
Yeah.
it doesn't it doesn't
But
take
they and
long
that's
for
what
that
they're
to
saying. The
happen.
scent stops at the drive if that is true. Of course, her scent's gonna be really all over the house.
It doesn't take long. If you look up the different stages, it does not take long for that to start to happen.
Yeah.
I
But
think,
yeah, I agree with Angela. Her scent would be all up in the house.
yeah, and
She
her
was.
scent's gonna be in the car because she was in the car. Her scent's gonna
She's
be in the
gonna,
house. She lived in the house.
gonna
The
be in the
point is,
truck,
like they said, where did it stop?
right?
That's the main question. Is
Mhm.
where
So
does it stop? Where does it lead to? Where does it stop?
I'm interested to see your intake on that, though, on that photo.
Somebody said her skin is turning jaundice. Jessica says.
Well, I
Somebody
am
says
interested.
definitely swelling and blood pooling. I have personal experience with the deceased as well. But
Hmm.
what is your experience, Story? Yes,
You
somebody's
can.
talking about the ear. Right ear, blue, dark purple. Story agrees with you, Nancy.
Sure, it's
Yep.
not a shadow.
See, I asked that too.
Mm,
I said, could it be the jacket? You know, she had the dark color collar on the jacket. Could it have been too close up there to wear it? And I don't know.
It all
I,
depends on how the light is hitting her face. That would maybe cause some shade on one side rather than the other.
Somebody's saying, what if the
I,
hospital was truly what?
to me, it didn't look like it. It was just the
For her
bottom
and
of
they
the
use grandma
earlobe.
as an excuse. Could be universal. Oh, she said, I found my son, unfortunately. I see.
Yeah. I was with my father, so I know
Sorry.
exactly.
I don't know. This is a very odd case. I just think it's sad that just as soon as you lay your head on your pillow and you wake up, you see something new in the queue of
Hmm.
YT and on Facebook pertaining to this man and his mouth. I just think
Hmm.
it's hideous to me that
Hmm.
he won't
Yeah.
shut up and be quiet. Your child is missing. You've made a mockery of the LE. You've made a mockery of Mr. Rader and his team, which
The
shows me
searchers.
that you have something to hide because your behavior is erratic and you're blaming everybody with a pulse except for the person who was with your child last, which is Candace Bly.
Hmm.
Hmm. I agree.
And I find that strange. Do you think they're going to hold out to the very end, these two? And I'll end on that note.
Donald and Candace, they got no choice. I mean, when you take a look at their situation right now, they got their backs up against the wall. They got a big gaping hole underneath their feet, and they feel a rope around their neck. They're going to try to hold out as long as possible until the very end. I mean,
In
it's been what, 45 going on 46 days now?
46.
Yeah.
Nancy, you think they're going to hold out? Stay together?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
Okay.
my hope is that one of them turns on the other, but
Okay.
if I think I think they're banking on that she's not found.
Okay.
And
Somebody
that
asked, can he get arrested for violating the gag order?
on the boys.
Somebody said, can he get arrested for violating the gag order? But that's for the boys. So he's speaking about Summer allegedly. If we'll believe that what he said is the truth. So that's the whole point of this story. Everything started out with Candace Bly's version. He picked it up from there, and now he's the mouthpiece for everything pertaining to Summer Wells. So you really don't know what is the truth. You all have put out all type of innuendos, this and that, stuff about a pharmacy, who said this, where he worked, where he don't work. But the one thing you don't say, which is the spoken word, law enforcement has not verified nothing you put in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement never told you where he worked. Law enforcement never told you he went to work. Law enforcement never told you the car you drove. Law enforcement didn't tell you the time he pulled up to the house. Stay woke.
Or whether he passed the polygraph test or not.
Amen.
Or she passed.
Law enforcement never told you about her in the polygraph. Who else took the polygraph? Who denied the polygraph?
Whether they got their
Law
phones
enforcement
back.
tell you that she was found with marijuana in the system. Stay woke.
Whether or not they got their phones back.
Exactly. Everything you are hearing is from Donald Wells' mouth and Candace Bly, Allie, and Boyd H. You have not had law enforcement or TBI verify nothing about a phone, verification of cars, who drove what, when they got home, who showed up, what the child had on, shoes off, nothing. And that's another thing. Where are the shoes that she wore?
That's right.
Yeah, that day. Mm-hmm.
That day she had none on.
Because
That's
when you
what I
gave the
said.
discretion to the law enforcement and the dispatch call, and on the Amber Alert, it is suspecting that she had on this, and this, but no shoes. So then that means you're saying that whatever shoes she had on that day, she didn't have on, and the shoes were left behind. Stay woke.
I caught that.
And pertaining to the gag order, I would think that would only apply to the boys and CPS.
Mm-hmm.
Say nothing about this because this is an active, ongoing case regarding
Wait a
CPS.
minute. Is Summer not an active, ongoing case?
Yeah, that would be, well, with her missing and the police are investigating it as a criminal action more so than a CPS action, you know, that's where the gag order stops.
They want him to talk.
What we're saying is, on her Amber Alert poster, they are saying she didn't have shoes on. It's saying possibly without shoes. What I'm saying is, in order for that to be put on a poster for Amber Alert, the mother had to have said her shoes were left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Or told them something to that effect, yeah. Whether they might have been in the car.
You gotta remember, law enforcement don't know nothing about you or your house. So whatever they put on the Amber Alert is what you told.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's right.
It don't matter who don't like shoes. You're missing the point. You had to have said she didn't have shoes on.
They're going off of what she told them.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Woo,
And then again, from what they have been telling us, which part of it they can't recall, whether the door was locked or a lot of the different statements that Donald has come up with. He's saying that the door was unlocked, but yet the pastor of the church is saying that he was told by Donald that the door was locked. And so you get into these little twists and turn into the different people that have been carrying the same story, but a little to the left and a little to the right. You know, it's not the same story.
Like we
Tate
said,
says, it applies to the CPS only. Chris McDonald verified that.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. If you get a gag order, I would be looking at it right now
So
as it applies to CPS.
Why is there a gag order for you not to say anything about the boys? Stay woke. Why? Why can't you talk about it?
Perhaps
why the state don't want him to say nothing, John?
Yeah, perhaps that's what he got from his attorney pertaining to the boys. But Donald, in his twisted mind, wanted to take that same concept and apply it to Summer Wells as well. That's why he told Chris what he did.
Okay, this is a question. How did he get home at 5:30 and the call wasn't made until 6:30? Good question. So you got to have verification that he made it home at 5:30. Where's the verification?
Right. Where's the verification? That was my question.
You're listening to other people talk, baby.
Mm-hmm. Was that Tate Brooks? Okay.
This whole thing is like that old game, the telephone game, where you sit around in a circle and you tell a story, and by the time it gets back to you, it's got so many different versions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got so many added parts and deleted parts.
Said, I believe the children were taken because of sexual abuse allegations. You know, like they said, you can't believe that they just taking kids because of Facebook posts.
Yeah, that's not been verified. Yeah, that's not been verified or proven. Yeah.
We're not gonna never know why they took the children.
Yeah. I mean, if you took a look at the situation, the way law enforcement left that house after the search, and the walkthrough that Chris did, is that house livable for children that age? No, obviously. So CPS does have a reason, only according to the house in which was searched at the time, and with all the police activity in and out of that area, called the residence, the property, and surrounding areas and everything. They're not going to leave 3 boys. What are the ages? Up to 13, and the youngest one is about 8 or 7 or something like that.
I think it was 8 or 9, something like that.
8 or 9. Okay, yeah, they're not gonna chance leaving those boys there. So yeah, they're gonna go in and scoop them up, and get them out of there.
What he told the flute guy? What he saying? Yeah, I agree. Never seen one day with this many versions. Yeah, it's a lot. Hello, Jessica.
Yeah.
Night Owl says she think it was public pressure.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, because that's the whole point of a story. You can only have people talking so long. What's the problem?
I mean, look at what Donald's doing on Facebook. All from public pressure.
Yeah, you should not be speaking. I do not believe the false prophet should be speaking. I think you should have respect for your child first of all, and yourself second, and your family. You should not be speaking because now your children have been taken from you. So you should give Facebook and YouTube a rest and focus on trying to get your family back together. That's
Amen.
what I think.
Amen.
He can't do that, though, Angie. He tried to do that for what? A couple of days? He can't do that.
Yeah, not now.
Let me read this because this is very pertinent right here. Shay Doc says he told the flute guy different versions on the door lock and where the dogs hid. Rewatch that one. Okay, so that goes into what the mess is stirring about Robin, and Robin talking to a certain YouTuber that she has a conflict of what Candace told her about the door lock.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to ask ourselves, what did she say? The door was locked or not locked to Robin Lane and the flute guy?
Mm-hmm.
As compared to what she told Chris.
Law enforcement, yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've been saying in the chat, this story has got so many twists and turns. It's worse than an Oklahoma tornado.
I go by what I see from the beginning. In the beginning, and I'm going to say this until this child is found. The beginning of the story is the 911 call to dispatch.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you always have to remember is the beginning, not this other stuff, not this other he said, she said, Pookie said, Ray said. It's the beginning. The beginning is Miss Blythe took a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't she?
Took a walk, or then she took a drive, or no?
Beginning of the story is Candace Blythe took a walk. That is what is repeated in the initial 911 call. So perhaps the scent you are getting allegedly from the road is Candace Bly walking her child to her demise.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's being withheld as evidence to this day.
Mm-hmm. And LE and the authorities are not going to tell them to quit talking because they're going to use all that eventually.
The beginning is where you start. You don't listen at anything else because everything else right now is fluff and it's clouding your judgment.
Mm-hmm.
You're going all this he said, she said, and who said this, not verified this. I'm going to say it again. Nothing means nothing without it being verified by police and TBI. If the police has not verified or TBI has not verified one damn rumor you heard on Facebook or YouTube, it means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Who said what, saw what, put a box here, put a milk here, did this, walked to the car, put a bathing suit on, tutu on, it means nothing. Because law enforcement never verified it to the public. Who took a test, failed the test, retook a test, you have no verification from TBI of nothing. So all you've been doing is passing rules along according to the mouth of Candace Bly, Donald Wells, Boy H, his mama, and Donald Wells' relatives.
Mm-hmm.
You have nothing.
That's not the bottom line.
You have idle chit chat. That's all you have. Until law enforcement verifies the rumors you have heard, all you have is rhetoric from a false prophet.
Who needs a haircut, by the way.
You know what?
Yeah. You know what he reminds me of?
Say what? I'm John.
That needs a haircut.
Look,
That's
I don't
funny.
trust nobody with a mullet. Shut up, Quay.
That's funny.
I don't trust nobody with hair over here, over there, shade on the side. You ain't got a regular, good boy haircut. I don't know you.
And he most certainly has got to stop doing every time he is asked the question by a reporter. It's almost like he's searching for what to say just to
Because it's a
satisfy that.
lie.
Yeah, he's searching.
And that's why I have to ask myself, and it's logic. I don't want to have to ask myself because, like I said, I'm 50. I've lived. A person who has not verified anything has no reason to be a mouthpiece and keep talking. That leads me to believe that whatever was told about June 15th is a lie.
Right.
Mhm.
You can throw it right out the window.
You sending me this, you want me to believe this, but it's not the truth. And the mouthpiece is immersing themselves in the case when allegedly they weren't even there. So then I have to ask myself, were you there? That's why you keep talking, because you were there. You never went to work. Because perhaps this is an orchestrated scheme to get rid of a 5-year-old. You were tired of dealing with her. You needed money. You wanted the insurance money, but you didn't plan it out. You didn't think, hey, I got to have a body to get the insurance money. Where the fuck you get them windows from? Stay woke.
Yeah.
These people living in a house that's literally falling apart. And we see you now got new windows, but you couldn't afford to put life insurance on your other boys. Listen to what's told to you.
It's all there from the beginning.
Stop listening at that other stuff. It don't mean nothing.
It's always right in front of you.
Yes, the truth has been there all along. You watch how people live, how they talk. And now the little things are starting to add up. $600 for a car note, but yet your house is not even a full structure. You don't even have decent furniture, decent dressers, built-in closets. Stay woke. You didn't even have windows up when the news first went to your house. Where did the new windows come from? Stay woke.
What is it? Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
That's your talk. That's your Oklahoma talk. Don't put me in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing is right about the compound. Nothing is right about the structure that they lived in. Now that you're getting information of what they're spending their money on every month, stay woke.
Yep.
And I guess I can put it in my way of looking at what is it? The juice ain't worth the squeeze or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, when you look at it from a different perspective, you could say, when you, as crazy as the story is and how it unfolded and all the elements that got thrown out and thrown into it, and all that was said.
About 2 weeks ago, he couldn't afford insurance, and he didn't have insurance on anything. I didn't mean to cut you off, John. Sorry.
Yeah, and all that said and everything, I don't put a lot of stock in what people say. I watch what they do. I watch what they do.
You can't.
Yeah.
See, there are people out here who want to believe in these people, and I understand. But see, I come from a world where I trust no one. So people could say, well, that's a terrible way to live. It may be. I will listen to you. I'll let you speak and talk. But somewhere in the back of my mind is always that little birdie saying, is he lying? Is she lying? Is he truthful? Is she truthful? He should be trusted. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, my birdie has served me proper every time.
Where the proof is in the pudding.
That's it. My father used to say,
I'm going to tell you something. I stayed up late listening to Mr. Chris, and I know the devil was in my bed with me this morning.
My father used to say, what you do speaks so loud, what you say, I can't understand.
He was in my bed. Let me tell you something about the discerning spirit. A week ago, I was thinking about a young man that I had met many moons ago. When I walked into the bar last weekend, the juke joint, didn't he walk in the front door? Shut up.
Oh.
Now, some could say, oh, that's no big deal. He could have been dead. He could have been incarcerated. He could have been moved on. Could have went to New York. Could have been in New Jersey. Could have lived in California. You understand what I'm saying? I thought of him that day. Why? I haven't seen this man in 20 years. He crossed my mind. And I walked into the juke joint, sat at the bar, was talking, laughing. He walked into the door and walked by me. And I looked at him and I said, don't I know you? And he had, hair was short, fade or whatever, because he had longer hair at the time many years ago. And I thought to myself, what the hell is going on here? Why did he walk in on this day, the day that I thought about him? You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I stayed up late watching Chris's commentary on the interview room, and I'm telling you, I had the devil in my bed with me this yesterday morning, listening to this stuff about someone else. Something was not right. When I woke up, I said, something was tangling and fighting you up in that damn bed about that damn baby.
So can I ask you, Queen, a question? What does your discerning spirit tell you?
She's dead.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
She's dead.
All right.
And my source says they will talk to me today to tell me what is factual. So I'm waiting on that phone call.
All right. Well, my only hope is that they We'll locate
Yeah.
her.
Thank you so much.
And
Okay, thank you, Jen.
I hope that there will be some justice, that they will locate her and there will be some justice, and that this will not be drawn out over years and years and years, and that these two dusty dirt rags won't get away with this.
You know what, Damon?
Right.
You are stupid. Talking about where did Alice sleep on one of the bunk beds? I'm serious.
She break that thing down. Come on, let's be real.
She
Wait a
is the
minute.
bunk bed.
First,
You roll
first you
off.
take baby climb up there. And I can tell you Queen got bad knees. Queen ain't climbing up on no damn bunk bed. And I'm smaller than Allie. And Queen ain't getting up on no bunk bed, baby. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
Satan will lose.
Oh man.
Satan will lose.
Yeah.
The day you see Queen up on a bunk bed, you better go check her temperature. I don't give a damn how sleepy I am. Somebody say, this only bed we got. It's up here, this bunk bed. It'll be up there empty before I crawl up there and swing my big fat legs up on top of somebody's damn bunk bed.
You got a chair and a table I can lay my head down on.
I don't like high season. No, ma'am. What she said, where's the Dubai? What are you talking about, Starry?
That's my plea. I just hope that they're able to locate this child and that there's some
No. I keep
people
thinking
brought
about what
to
the Bible
justice.
told us, that when it all comes out, you will be shocked. I'm sure. Yeah, it probably will be something that we never expected to find out the truth. I think it's the truth. I think we probably will be very mortified. And that's the scary part. It's like, if I'm assuming this, and then this person's telling me it's going to be something you never expected. It's very scary. It's very scary. But I'm going to go on and say this, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I want to throw it out here because I wasn't supposed to ever tell this. Allie, I know you and Candace had words on June 15th outside that car. Shut up, boy.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably common knowledge. If somebody don't think that didn't happen, come on.
I'm just going to say it now. Somebody might tell me, Angela, you weren't supposed to tell that, but I told it anyway.
Well, I figured that one out. Just common knowledge.
What's common knowledge?
I mean, I just figured that one out, that would be something that probably did happen.
Why would you think that?
Just by the way they were.
Because if they ain't talking, why would you think that, Nancy? Come on.
Because Allison was skirting around it. Oh, I tried to go up there and look in, and she was, no, we got to hurry. No, there's more to that story. Come on, let's get real. You know, no. There's more to that story, Allison.
See, what I want to know is what did you all discuss at that car with the baby in the back seat? Because allegedly, Candace said she had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got information that you two had words. So what
Probably. Well, you know, if I was to surmise, could have been that Allison noticed something was wrong with Summer. By the way, maybe she looked, or maybe she didn't like the way she looked, or, you know, could have been something around those lines, like, what the hell did you do to this baby, or something like that. Because why else would you have a window rolled up and it came out of the mouth that, you know, she didn't like to be cold, but yet she's dressed in winter clothing, leaned up against some cold milk, and the windows rolled up.
Well, that's what I said, Slinky Moon. We don't really know who all been messing with who, and now we're hearing all these different versions of people with this homosexual and this and that. Perhaps that all these people have been tangled up with each other some type of way, and I won't doubt that possibly Candace is homosexual. Allie is possibly homosexual, and I do think that those two have messed around, because when I go back and look at the photos, when I really couldn't tell who Allie was, and I started putting the two together from the Chris video, the first thing I said was, that's who's in the pictures with Allie and her mom and the kids at some place where they had a lot of rocks and the water was coming down the rocks. That's Allie in those photos. And she doesn't look feminine in the photos. So I am thinking Allie and Candace have been together.
Man, oh man. I say that literally too, since she doesn't look like a woman. Man, oh man.
As if you're going to believe what Candace said about Jose at the quarry with Chris, that he's like chicks with you know what, then that means he likes a transvestite. So those two are not transvestites, those are actual women. So what are we saying here? Stay woke. Why would he choose women if he don't like women? Candy put him on blast that he likes a guy dressed up like a gal. So once again, why would Jose be sleeping with two women if he really likes men who are dressed up as women? Then we have to ask about Boy H's father. What has been going on with you and Jose? Why did you bring him here? What type of entanglement you got going on? Did you know that Jose is that way? See, something is very off with these people. And that's why I said that when you look at the whole picture, if you now got all this nasty stuff coming out of the mouths of Candace Bly, Allison, Boy H, ain't no telling what you don't mean.
Right. Right.
This puzzle piece is thrown everywhere.
And I know people, even here in the South, get down with menage a trois and group sex. I've met many people who rock like that. So don't get it twisted because they in the holler, they ain't flipping sides.
And to each his own, you know, they have their own. They can do what they want to do.
I don't know, Emre, who the 14 people are. And that's another thing I mentioned in the live earlier. Where did they actually stay? Because there's nowhere in hell you're going to make me believe 14 folks laid up in Candace's house.
Not unless they line in the walls.
Thank you. Dakota said it. Swingers.
That would work.
Everybody in the group have participated in group sex.
That would work. Swingers.
That's an old term.
Yeah.
That perhaps that's what we're looking at with the animosity and the problem between Candace Bly and this Allison. They all have had sex with one another. That's your big problem right there.
Yep. Could be. Allegedly.
Somebody was getting more nookie than they should have been getting.
That's right.
Cookie. More nookie than the cookie.
Yeah. Oh, when they're doing a whole lot of scissor cooking. Doing a lot of scissor kicking.
And they literally had to go to the store for the milk.
Wait, group sex. Yeah, group sex. Now, what they was doing the group sex, I don't know. Because I don't know what kind of bed they got, but I can tell you what.
Out in a dungeon.
There's a whole lot of hamburger going on. And what you got to ask yourself is, why was Milani staying up in Candace's house to be having relations with Jose in the first place? Stay woke. So now you want to tell me almost a year ago, Milani didn't have nowhere to stay. Allie didn't have nowhere to stay. She got children. So why was she staying there? Where did her children stay? So now you're telling me all these people had their children living in a house with no room, and she having sex with a man who like men dressed as women. Come on, Quinn.
Damn.
All right.
Why would I hook up with a woman if really I like guys who dress like women?
Wait a minute. I want to see them 14 people going down that little staircase all at one time doing the cha-cha. That's what I want to see. Cha-cha. Cha-cha.
An electric slide. You'll break your damn ankle.
That's right.
Look, ain't no soul train coming down there.
Nope. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Allie would be the one to use the back door.
That's right. You got that right.
John, this is the rawest you been on here. I can't fool with you. All I can say is,
Could I taint you,
it's that
John?
alley, man. That's a lot of hamburger meat.
Hell yeah.
That's a whole lot of one. That's a whole lot of.
Like I told y'all in one of my last lives, by the time you get through crawling on top of alley, you tired, you need a breath mint, water.
You need that just by looking at her.
I climbed up a mountain to get up here, and then I climbed on top of Big Gal. I'm sleepy. That's a lot of good. And I'm a big girl my damn self, but that's a lot of hamburger.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth, say.
You'd be exhausted just looking at her.
I'm sorry. Ooh, that's a bad mental picture.
Get up! Horsey, get up! The horse said, I'm tired.
That's a bad mental picture.
Yeah, she would be the one looking for the horse because it had been disappeared already.
I'm gonna tell you what, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. Can you imagine that naked?
Get a what?
Can you imagine that naked?
Oh, Lord!
That's what I'm talking about.
You talk about a disappearing act.
Like just float in the air.
Yeah.
Y'all, man, put a string on it already. Damn.
I need to stop.
We have to look at the map again to see if there's a new state.
God, I'm a bad influence on you. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Hey, Angela. I'm gonna go back there. I just came to tell John and Nancy get off this panel. It's time for go to bed. Y'all cut up. John, did you say?
Step foot in that house. I'm just trying to understand. There is no way in hell I'm gonna let this man come to my house and interview my child, put my child on Front Street, and I'm sitting there with my belly hanging down to my good ankle.
God, will you send us?
Hell,
Blame Angela.
What I tell you, I was looking at all that hamburger meat, and I said, damn. Y'all could eat till you're blue in the face. That gal is swept up. And she didn't care about her shirt being up here, her tummy hanging down past her kneecaps. Just no.
Blame Angela.
Man.
Blame Angela. Angela said, y'all go over there looking at. I looked at that about 2 weeks ago at 3 a.m. And at first I said, well, this must be the wrong interview because this must be them doing a what you call them thing, an Instagram live. When I saw that man and I saw that girl sitting up there with that shirt sitting on top of her stomach, it didn't come down. It said on top with that Mountain Dew bottle. I could only think of Angela. I seen that Mountain Dew and that man was thirsty. He was turning red. And they really didn't have enough for him to drink. I said, y'all let this man drink out this 2 liter. Oh my God.
Him downstairs. That's all it was. All that pork on. I said, yeah. That's a lot of pork.
I'm about coming glued when she turned around and faced the camera with her belly. That's when I'm about coming glued.
If you a man, let me tell you something. I don't care if you 170 pounds, you 200 pounds, you muscular, you built, whatever your size is for a man. If you can lift that pork loin up and get up in there, you's a good one. You need a damn
Ooh, not out.
A Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, because when I saw that interview that Chris did with Allie, and that camera had her sideways, and I was looking at her shirt. I said, "Wait a minute, is that the front? It looked like the front end of a cannon?"
He said,
her belly button looked like the front end of a cannon. I said, "Holy smoke!" I said, I
Oh
know
my
she's not
God.
sitting up there looking like that.
Wait a minute. What you said sideways? Oh,
And
my
that's what he said. My
Her belly button looked like the front end of a cannon.
Oh, where you light it?
stomach.
Oh, shit.
Like I said, imagine
come
that
get
naked.
Nancy Crystal, baby.
Wait a minute. Imagine that naked. Did you hear what I said, Satan? Imagine that with nobody good clothes on.
She was halfway there on that interview. Hell.
Yes, she was.
She sure was, because that shirt was sitting on top of her stomach, and that man was drinking that Mountain Dew.
The shirt was sitting on top of her neck.
Look, we're going to do like black folks say. Where your good drawers at? Where is your drawers?
They were non-existent.
You ain't with the Walmarts, as Granny would say, Walmarts. Granny ain't no S on Kmart's or Walmart. It's a T. Well, she ain't with the Walmarts and got no bloomers. I can tell you that now.
Wait a minute, Angela. The t-shirt was her drawers.
We're bad influence, John. I'm so sorry.
Y'all know y'all be saying. Now, get off my live. Get off my live. Y'all straight up.
Oh my God!
Look at Ray talking about she need the people to fix up Mama's June. Y'all stupid.
The one thing that gets me is her arms. Her arms.
Don't do it, Nancy.
Oh, that's what I thought when I saw her first Facebook picture when she's smaller. I said, oh, this little girl got little Pillsbury Doughboy arms. Look at the little rolls. They were just little tight, little good little biscuits. I said, look at the little tight little biscuits on her arms. Then when I seen that damn the first video of her leaning in the camera, I said, tell me everything. But when Chris came and brought the bang with her sitting at that table, like, whoa. I said, golly, man, y'all wrong for this. And you sit, whoever you is sitting there with the camera, you's a good. But you had a
That's
view
right.
of all that hamburger with no bread. Shit your ass crazy too.
That's right. She should have been on the other end.
That was hamburger with no light bread, as they say in Memphis. You want some light bread?
light bread. Yep, light bread.
Serious. She was working
There
at
wasn't no light bread, wheat bread, white bread, hamburger bun, biscuits. Nothing. That was pure meat up and down.
yes.
Woo.
She looked like
Let me tell you something. For those that don't know, a lot of small men like big girls. They like them big like that.
They like big girl.
That's because that's a lot of good.
when she leaned
you know
over,
that's our word.
when she leaned over, she was working that phone like you would not believe during that interview. She looked like the two front ends of
look
the
at
Dallas
that right
Cowboys.
She had the toilet paper on the table. You know, Ray, get out my chat.
It was just quite disgusting. Cause I said they drinking this Mountain Dew look hot. It wasn't even a chill Mountain Dew.
But that's what they drink here in the South. A lot of white people drink Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew?
White people, but they drink a lot of Mountain Dew here in East Tennessee. That's not my notice. They drink.
And when I saw it, I thought
moved here. They said I never liked Mountain Dew till I moved to Tennessee and I started drinking Mountain Dew. I said yes, a lot of white people drink Mountain Dew here in East Tennessee. Why? I don't know, but they do.
Y'all know what a roller is?
Yeah, she was at that table like a sumo wrestler.
Read on a scooter. You know what tape show.
On a damn phone.
You know
Sumo
what
wrestler on the phone.
A little kid jumping on her back, talking about, I want a piggyback ride.
Ooh,
she the one.
No.
She is.
Take us to Candace's house. Take us to Candy Cane house for
That's
a tour.
That I know, Crystal. I'm ready to cut it loose. That's a big good. That's a lot of good. And I'm I'm getting ready to message y'all. I'm gonna end this live. Now imagine two gals together. I'm dead.
That's what I'm saying. How can you scissor kick with
Not
that?
a man.
That's mess.
Not a man, but two girls.
That's what I'm saying. How can you scissor kick with that? That's oh Lord.
Check, please.
That's 4
Jeez.
gals, you mean?
Oh Lord, them arms couldn't reach nothing.
Two gals and 5 sides.
You know what y'all mean, Golden Corral Slayer. That's not nice now.
Smelling like molded cheese.
Not out. Not out.
Now you know they don't look like they take no bath. I ain't seen no bathroom yet.
Baby, what tub you getting in with all that?
Oh, God.
Get a number 3 tub.
You need to walk in shower like at the gym.
No, y'all know I'm from Oklahoma, right? Okay. We have cattle. We have. Okay.
Get a power washer.
No way, Air Force fat floats. What the hell y'all talking about? Talking about you can't go diving. You ain't diving, and that's when the whole ocean come up over the damn into the land.
Well, she ain't got to worry about drowning in the swimming hole.
I think we a bad influence on you, John. Lord.
Yeah, because y'all ain't never talked like this.
You can roll with the best.
I can lighten up a bit. You know what I mean? I can be
on
the light side too.
The thing is, the chat went pretty well up until here just the past 20 minutes, but that's a big gov. And I really do believe that possibly something was going on because there's something missing with all of this.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think when you start talking about a guy who you've been linked to being with and you denied, like chicks with, you know what? Something is very off with that comment. And that leads me to think that possibly everybody in the equation has been doing some other stuff.
That's right.
With each other. Because let me tell you something, emotions get wrapped up. Like I told somebody about swinging, because I've talked about this on my channel, and I might do another video about swingers. At some point, somebody is going to get with the other person without the other person.
That's right. And you got emotions and jealousy. That's right.
You start tipping and calling and texting, and you not inviting your wife, girlfriend, whomever, however it go, or the other mate. Then somebody finds out, oh, y'all still talking? Oh, y'all met up without me, whatever. And now we got a problem.
Yep.
And who's to say that all these people were not laying up with one another at some point?
I wonder did they wear lingerie?
Who's to say Don ain't been messing with Allie? I don't know.
Girl, you better grab a curtain.
That's probably the reason why he goes, oh.
John, take me out.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
What? John, what do you say? You roll for that.
What do you say, John? What do you say?
Y'all sick.
Not Allie. Oop. Allie. Oh.
You know what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We know they ain't swinging from no tree, baby. We know that.
That's what
all I can say is, I just can't imagine. I just think that's just a hanky on all the people involved. That's what I believe. I honestly believe that. Look at Crystal said that voice.
We're gonna remember that.
Ellen, my new shirt. Cause your old was in stinking. That's why.
Oh my goodness.
If I can make
buy a new shirt, you ain't got no clean clothes. You saw the pictures of that house. They had stuff all in the floor, everywhere. All this background was just full of debris, even in the house. Man, them folks were not clean people. Them children probably weren't clean, weren't bathed clean. Ain't no telling they probably had cooties and lice, all that. You could tell that in one of the photos where she's cutting the grass in that blue tank top without a bra. Her son's teeth was yellow. He wasn't even brushing his teeth. I knew then when I watched the TikTok video weeks ago, I said, man, she want to take care of her children. She want to teach her children right.
And Chris tiptoeing, Chris talking about, it don't matter if you got a dirty house, can't you know?
Somebody said you always professional. Well, he let loose tonight. This other side of John came out on Everyday Shenanigans. They're gonna be talking junk some more. Did you hear John Q talking up there with Everyday?
I'm not working tonight. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'm a guest. Angela asked me to jump on, so I'm just kicking it back, relaxing, and
I don't know.
felt like
Don looks like a 70-year-old woman, and Mandis looks like a 40-year-old boy living in his mama's. Take Brooks, please stop. Okay, Kimberly said all of them smell. You know what?
Well, you got smell-o-vision.
Going down in that rabbit hole. When she jumped down in that rabbit hole.
No,
That's
I
what
was
I
thinking
like
of
why y'all, I can't get it out. Why y'all cracking jokes? I like to see Allie go down them steps.
I want to see all four of them cha-cha down that steps. That's what I want to see, all four of. I'll see all of them.
Nancy, you need help. You need a check because right now you're talking foolishness right now. You talking foolishness. You want to see them do the cha-cha down them steps.
That's right. I want to see all 14 of them. Cha-cha, cha-cha, down to the basement, down to the dungeon. Cha-cha, cha-cha.
I want to see her slide through that rabbit chute.
That's the best description of it all. The rabbit chute.
When she told that man, she said, "Oh, this the way we going." That man said, "Oh, I
agree. You're right. You knew that Chris was coming, so why you didn't clean your house up? That's why I told everybody it would have taken weeks to clean the outside. It would have taken weeks to clean the inside. She don't care about herself, and she didn't care about her kids. That's obvious, man. Come on, y'all. That's just obvious.
And when that man said, "This the Paw Patrol," I said, "Paw Patrol? I didn't see Paw Patrol." And he was talking about them animals. I said,
Listen,
about the fire department.
Someone needs to make a ringtone of John's. Somebody needs to make a ringtone of John's voice.
Y'all stop. Let me end this live. John, I want to thank you for joining me because these two acting like they on the Gong Show now.
You can imagine. You can imagine the ring she would leave if she stepped out the tub.
Y'all horrible.
Ring around the room.
Real bad.
You need a zoo license. When that man said you need a
is there a tub that would fit it? That's what I said.
Crystal, you stupid.
I'm in Oklahoma. We got water tanks that would fit it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that house looks like a house where you expect to see a big ass pot on the stove with some meth boiling at the top. That's how I feel about it.
No wonder
they gonna boil it in.
No wonder they left the chain off the hook.
You know what?
That's the gate.
Y'all get off my live. I'm getting in the live because y'all showing that.
I thought that was the gate. When that man said you need a zoo license. I said a zoo license.
Oh, what they called when he said that? I thought, damn, you gonna hurt the girl feelings like that?
I know.
He told the truth.
Animals. Okay, and let's say that before I get off here. Who was buying food for all them animals? I'll wait.
Exactly. There's enough animals up there to have a zoo. Pet zoo.
Somebody, what you say be embarrassing if it goes off at church? What goes off at church? What you saying, Lady? What y'all talking about during prayer? What y'all talking about going on? Oh, I expected Tommy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know what?
The Emma to be a whore.
No, they don't need nothing from the church because you chose to live like that. You could have come off that mountain and lived in a regular apartment or house like everybody else. That's a choice to live back up in that holler like that. You don't have to live like that. That's a choice. Yes, the dogs need to be removed too. Why you taking to church? Oh, why is the ASPSCC or whoever them people is? Where they at?
Yeah,
I know you talking about
there.
Yeah, where's the dog? Where's the animal control? Where are they?
Exactly. They need to be up there rescuing the animals.
Those animals have no business up there. Period. And they don't tell them what them animals got. They ain't had no medical attention. Come on now. This really serious.
That's cruelty to them animals.
Yeah, they look like stray animals.
That's cruelty to the animals. And then she said there was 7 or 8 puppies up underneath the house in that hole.
Oh,
Yep.
that stunned when she said that, like, because he remember he asked, like, what's up in there? And she's like, oh, there's some other animals. Huh? They
That's a
up under
puppy.
that hole. Okay, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, man.
That was
Oh,
so
John
funny when that
ringtone.
man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
down.
$600 a month. They could have pulled a trailer up there. Yes, Shay Dog. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Thank you, John. It was
Yes,
a
I'm gonna leave it
pleasure.
alone. Thank you all for
Yes.
joining
It
me.
was a
Thank you, John.
pleasure.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Angela.
John.
Night.
Holler at me on the IG.
Yes, I will. I got it up.
Look at that.
Okay.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Look at that picture. Thank you.
Everybody, thank
Thank you,
Mr. John
Queen.
Q, who helped me with the show this evening. I want to thank all of you. This video was basically pertaining to information brought with Mr. Chris from the interview room, pertaining to Mr. Donald Wells. Mr. Wells also uploaded a video pertaining to the house going into the dog trail to the road and then going back up. You're entitled to believe what you want to believe about June 15th, but there's something off with these spectators. There's something very off with them. I don't believe anything that most of them have said, and I find it very strange that this man, possibly not strange, but he has been the mouthpiece for this storyline. But yet he was not there allegedly on June 15th. And we have to now ask ourselves, was Donald Wells on the property June 15th when Summer Wells allegedly went missing? Did Summer Wells ever make it home from the quarry? Are others involved, such as the grandmother? Does she have knowledge of the child being hurt, harmed, discarded? Why is she now gone? That's another subject matter that I really have not touched on. Thank you all so much. Thank you for joining. That's too much with these people. All this he said, she said, nasty talk of people, things that shouldn't even be repeated pertaining to a child. We now have just rumors, allegations of people's sex lives and who like what. These are things that shouldn't even be discussed. And the point is, we wouldn't even know anything about them had they not mentioned them. So once again, we have to thank Miss Mulani, Allie, Candace, Boy H, Mr. Wells. The cat has come out of the bag. And frankly, these are people who had no business raising children. And we're all entitled to live as we see fit, date who we want, lay with who we want, menage a trois, swingers, whatever you're into. But when you have children, it's a different ballgame. What you do around your children, it does matter. It does matter. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you for joining me. I will bring you more content pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells. Thank you all for everything. Have a blessed week. Thank you for following, subscribing, listening. Thank you, John Q, the mods. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. Talk to you guys later. This is Everyday Chanel.